Welcome to Pokemon Dungeons and Dragons. Join our heroes Phoebe, Milo, CJ, Bentley, as they explore the Laris region, learn about their new friends, and discover the world around them. As our heroes say their final goodbyes to Xantha, the journey back to Alluvia begins. But as the winds change, will our heroes stay the course?
Maybe say goodbye to Arthur. No, we're leaving.
I know, I'm gonna go say bye to Ruby.
Yeah. So you guys, as the three of you say your goodbyes to Arthur once more, CJ sneaks off to the back of Arthur's house to find Ruby. Ruby gives you 3 cookies. Nice. And, yeah, you know what's coming. Big blue, a big blue, like, baseball-sized candy. In a blue wrapper, big R and a big starburst on it. Sweet. She hands it to you. She's like,
Do I eat this? Oh, okay.
it's a rare candy. So yeah, she gives you the candy and is like, in her Ruby way, it's just like, please don't actually eat this one. Like, don't.
Okay.
Like, give it to one of your dudes.
Okay.
That was the same for the cookies too, right?
Yeah,
Those are
yeah.
also...
Because as Ruby has learned, if she gives CJ food for the Pokemon to enjoy, he will eat it. So this one, she points to the sign, like, not for human consumption.
Okay.
And it's like, that means you.
Okay.
Don't eat this.
Okay.
And then she hands it to you.
Okay, thank you. I give her a hug. Bye.
Give her a hug, then I eat it.
I can run.
And as I'm hugging her.
CJ, you become a 36-year-old bodybuilder.
Oh, shit.
Oh, wow. Ruby's got some coat dress.
There you go. Yeah, so if there's nothing else that you guys need to tackle or handle or deal with before you leave Xantha,
No.
you can make your way back to Route 104.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
If you guys remember, was like very, very deserty. There's like Mad Max style, like crazy thunder and dust storms that roll through like a couple times a day.
Should we take the path this time instead of going through it?
Well, why don't we ask Pendleton? He might have like a good
That's
route.
kind of what I was thinking was we could send out Pendleton.
He's already out. I didn't
Alright.
put him in his Pokemon.
He's like,
He was sleeping with us.
Pendleton! Wanna lead the way for us, buddy?
he gives you a little salute and starts waddling off towards the end of town.
Sweet.
You guys catch some odd stares from like a few of the traveling trainers that like haven't seen you in the last couple days or weeks, however long you've been here, and they're just like, "Is that Teddy or something with a hat on? Like, where's he going?" You guys are just like, "Squad."
He's our guide. Our spirit guide.
So you guys are heading vaguely towards the direction of the more natural stone bridge this time, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That you learned of the
That was the plan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's like it's like probably a couple hours outside of town, but if you guys stick to the path, you're actually able to traverse like a lot quicker. And you guys follow, and you see there is a kind of branch in the path. One direction takes you. It's a very familiar path. It's the way you came in, and then the other one looks like much more well preserved and well traveled. You gather that is probably the way to the stone bridge, which is really just like a natural stretch of land across the canyon.
I mean, we did the scenic route last time, so.
Yeah.
Not that much to see, I guess, unless we're going in the canyon.
Definitely don't want to go in the canyon. Definitely want to avoid rickety bridges. So,
Yeah.
Sounds good.
solid ground,
Yeah.
perhaps?
Sure.
Pendleton?
Absolutely.
What do you think?
He's like,
All right.
he kind of like readjusts his little pack, throws the stick into the other paw, and just keeps going and starts licking some honey off his little claws.
So Bentley wants to pop Mortar out
Okay.
onto, like, he'll have the backpack on his front,
Okay.
And then
a Bjorn.
and then
Yeah.
the egg pack on his back,
Okay.
and then
Wow.
I want
pack and egg pack.
Mortar to sit on top of the egg and like kind of like scout over my head so he
Cool.
can like warm the egg.
Yeah. When Mortar hits the field, he's all glowy and like he looks like super excited for about 6 seconds, and then he's like kind of powers back down to normal.
Yeah, we're not battling that. I was just wondering.
He literally hits. He's like, "Bah!"
The only time that mortar is ever needed.
And then he lands and he's like, oh, cool. Like
I
a
need you to be
Monday-
a psycho, go!
like a normal test. Okay, you're gonna hoist them onto your back. You're like at capacity. Like if somebody handed you like, hey, here's some like small pebbles. Can you help me carry them? You'd like fall over.
Yeah, that's
But
understandable.
you're at capacity, but you're good.
Warm the egg, buddy, warm the egg.
Yeah, Maggie's
gonna-
just soaking in the sun.
I'm gonna let Boysenberry out just because I don't know if he spent much time out of the mines.
He does a similar thing. He hits the ground. He's like, who are we fighting? And then he just starts shielding his eyes. He's like, oh God, it's bright out here. Oh.
He knows nothing but the caves.
He knows
Yeah.
only the caves.
It's
He
fair.
lives to train. Nothing more.
Just give him a derpy visor.
Camaro.
Like a taxi visor. He's got like a green,
His hat.
translucent plastic visor. He's like, yeah, it's perfect. Okay. Yeah. So as the team hits the desert, and you guys make your way down the more well-traveled path, you do eventually come to the land bridge that you've been told about. It seems a lot safer. It's like 20, maybe 25 feet wide. It's probably like 40 feet down before there's not rock beneath you. And it looks like there's almost like a road across. There is just a sign that says like weight limit, like 6,000 pounds.
Oh, we
So
can't
it's-
make it, guys.
Yeah. Sorry, boysenberry's too thick.
All that food from Kirby.
Oh, shoot.
But yeah, you guys, you've made your way to the bridge.
Yeah.
We're crossing the bridge.
I'm gonna cross it.
You
Yeah.
guys the bridge?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, it's a lot safer this time. You don't have to make
We don't have to
checks
roll
or
to profit.
there's no
Walk across the bridge.
yeah. You can't even like see over the edge from the middle.
I was in character.
So Bentley like walks up to it and kind of like taps a shoe on it.
Mhm.
Like, is it actually safe? And then seeing that everybody else has done it, just starts to walk.
You guys make your way across the bridge with no issue, no need to roll, no head trauma this time, no need for Bang to be an acrobatic lord of chaos.
Thankful for that.
Yeah, leaping his way across the bridges, no need for that. Boysenberry probably like walks over to the edge a couple times and looks down and like spits, just counts it. And then he sees it just as bridge and like, no, we're good. Walks like 6 more feet and he gets curious again. But he just keeps trying. Pendleton just crosses the bridge, just doesn't look in either direction, just heads straight forward. You guys eventually make your way across, except for Bentley.
What?
I'm just kidding.
Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me.
So she was like, Bentley on the other side with this
Bentley's
eyes closed.
just crawling inch by inch. Shirley's just dragging him.
Well, since I'm like dragging ass behind everybody else, can I do like a perception check just to look?
Do you want to as Bentley?
Well, I'm not gonna like stray from the middle of the bridge, but I want to look to see like A, what's in front of us, if there's like more path, and B, just like generally into the canyon, like if there are more like geodudes trying to climb up the rock faces.
he's probably still down there. He's
Yeah.
just far away.
Fair enough.
But yeah, if you wanna look, you can make a roll. Like, try it. Yeah.
7.
Yeah, you're preoccupied. Despite the fact that this bridge is wider and safer, you're like, don't look down, don't look down.
On
Make
brand.
your way. Yeah, you very slowly make your way across. You're like sidling sideways, and there's no need to. You like everybody's just kind of waiting for you at the other side. Pendleton's like
Thanks, Pendleton.
cheering you on. You finally make it, and he high fives you with like a sticky paw. Just like honey, dirt, a little bit of fur on your hand. You're like, oh,
Eat it,
good.
bro. It tastes good.
No. I'll just lick the grossness.
Oh yes, it's pretty nasty. The honey's like really sweet, but you get like some old fur, there's a lot of dirt in there. It's pretty gross.
Just Bentley hairballs.
No, not on the bed! Not on the bed! Yeah, so you guys make your way across. There are some like pretty heavy signs of activity on and around this road. It looks like a lot of people have come through here. There's all manner of like different types of like footprints. There's some hooves. There's like some big paws and claws that have kind of made their way around. There's one that looks like just a writhing mass of like spaghetti noodles like wobbled its way through here. It's just really hard to read.
Tumbleweed.
Or like something with like a lot of hair or something. It almost looks like if Nupster was out and he was walking, and it would kind of like leave this jagged little.
I'm curious how many of these are paired with like people prints and how many are like wild.
Yeah, you want to make a survival check?
Wow.
Wow, 8.
Yeah, it looks like on the whole, it looks like most of them are. It looks like most of the Pokemon are in tandem with like human shoes.
Okay.
There are a couple strays, but they don't follow the path. They like cross it.
Okay.
So it looks like sometimes Pokemon will like come up, see the path, see that no one's there, just go, okay, cool, see you later.
I was just curious if there's like a lot of wild things we're gonna have to keep an eye out for.
Are there any like signs
What's
around?
worse?
Yeah, there's probably a sign a little ways away from the bridge, one that says like, oh, Xantha, like 10 miles this direction, and then there's another one that's like, yeah, Alluvia, like 60
days.
Guess we've got quite a bit left to go, guys.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So is the front of us like the still just dirt path, or is it?
Yeah. So if you guys remember, your path from Alluvia to Xantha started out like decently green, and then just became like savanna, and then just dirt and sand and like a couple boulders. So you've got probably like a solid day in the desert left, and then you guys will start getting back to like some patches of grass, like a little bits of like dead and dying trees.
I just remember Sudowoodo was, or was that
Oh,
further?
That was from Oriander to Alluvia.
Oh right, okay.
The only thing we know of on this route that we hadn't already seen in the wild was we were told by Sophia that there's ponytas here.
Mm-hmm. Well, I believe it was CJ saw one.
CJ saw a rabbit.
Yeah.
But
he saw it
when we were in Alluvia, we asked.
Yeah. Because there are like, it's kind of like old school, like Old West movies or like Red Dead, where there's just like little packs of horses that are just hanging out together, but it would be like ponytail.
Yeah, they said they saw a herd. Is anyone curious about any of those, or you guys want to just keep moving?
I mean, I don't want to catch one, but I'd definitely be down to try and ride one.
Yeah.
For what purpose?
To ride it.
Just once and then set it free?
I mean, maybe it'll hang out with us and it can just be like a mount. But I don't want to catch it.
Then let's keep walking.
I mean,
Sounds good.
I'd be open to seeing what's around here if we see any tracks or anything. Pendleton, you happen to see anything that might resemble where Pokemon have been or are going?
He kind of just gestures vaguely to the path, which has just like innumerable signs of people coming and going. He's just like,
Let's say we head out. Just keep going.
Okay.
Follow the path.
Yeah.
Follow the path.
cool.
Well, we could set a brisk pace through the desert and try and get back to civilization as quickly as we can, I guess.
I'm down to just travel fast.
Let's do it.
So where have you been through here?
Cool. Bentley, because I forgot, because I always forget, will you roll your DM100, please?
Yes. 26.
Essentially, if you were in the game and you were able to like listen to the egg, like something is moving inside. You're kind of like that stage of egg. And Mortar being on there is like accelerating the process. Because he's got flame body.
Guys, I can hear some rustling in the egg.
Ooh, let me hear.
Turn my back.
Phoebe, make a perception or investigation check, whichever's higher for you.
22.
Yeah,
Wow.
you hear every couple seconds you hear like a little heartbeat from inside the egg.
What do you hear?
And you hear something like kind of scraping against the inside of the shell.
Something's trying to get out.
It's not like frequent, like there's an alien inside. But it's like every once in a while you hear
Crack this sucker.
you hear something like moving in fluid and then kind of like scrape against the shell, and then you hear like the heartbeat. But there's
A
definitely
strong
like
heartbeat
making progress.
and scratching.
Well, it's not just me. might be close to hatching.
I'm excited.
Yeah, me too.
Good work, Mortar. Way to use your warm body.
He sticks his big hand like on top of your head.
Bentley's just like sweating profusely, both with like the weight of everything and also Mortar just being hot on his neck.
Yeah. Who wants to roll a random encounter for me? It could be anybody. I don't really care.
Tia wants to do it.
Like multiple of you could roll, and you can pick between the rolls. Yes. So somebody roll 1d4. Oh, hold on. Here it is. I put it on the floor next to me. You can roll 1d4, and then somebody else can roll 1d6 if you want. You can pick between the two.
I'll roll the 4.
Cool. Do it up. Do it up, team. Boom.
1.
3.
Would you rather have 1 or 3? Up to you.
3.
3?
All right.
All right, you just made CJ's day. As you guys are walking, pretty briskly, you rolled a 1, correct?
Correct.
Excellent. I can actually use both of your rolls for the same thing. This is beautiful. You guys see 2 very small, like little elephant dudes, kind of like hanging out on the path. They're kind of like bumping trunks together. They're kind of rubbing their heads together. It looks like they're
Bumping trunks. Oh my. This is nature.
Let's keep it PG.
Blimey. Yeah. But yeah, they look like they're squaring up with each other. Like they're about to like fight for territory.
Oh snap!
They're like they circle and then they kind of like butt heads together and they like wrap their trunks and they like squeeze a little bit and then they back off and they kind of like get heated and they walk in a circle again.
Is one bigger than the other one?
No, they look pretty evenly matched, and that seems to be why they're having this like square up.
What
Nice.
color?
They're both like kind of bright blue, I guess, or like almost green, but not quite.
Awesome.
Like aqua, like Joel's shirt right now. Kind of like that.
So would you
All right.
consider, here are your 2 options. You either like try to take on the winner and go that route, or the loser who no longer has a home sticking with you.
True.
Or you could have.
Or I just throw Crash in there right now, and they all fight each other.
But
Well, that
you're
is
gonna
true.
get a view of their fighting styles.
For
Yeah,
sure. No, I
that's true.
definitely just want to watch them for a second. See what's going on here.
Yeah. So yeah, if you guys don't intervene, they like take notice of you, and then they go right back to looking at each other because they're both like, if I look at you too long, he's gonna do something. So
No doubt. No doubt. Is there anything that they're clearly
They're
like
all
fighting
trying.
over?
no,
Just like-
no, it's like they're
Territory.
They're like just off the path. Like it's weird. Like they're just circling each other, and then after a while,
Insert David Attenborough's voice. You in the mind.
Watches the fan be bump trunks.
blimey.
Like you just dropped your face to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely like Fampy number 1, like gets into like a very defensive stance. Kind of like curls up and just sort of sits there. And you guys watch as it starts to like pulse, and some of the rocks around it like turn into sand and start dispersing. And there's like where there's like a fine layer of sand, like it kind of bows out until it's just like ground. It's just solid rock beneath it. And the other Fampy does something kind of similar, but doesn't look like it's as defensive. It looks like it's preparing something. It kind of curls up, scoops up a bunch of the rock beneath it, and just throws it at the first. And hits it. So the kind of defensive Fampy looks like it's ready to block whatever's coming in, but it's not ready to dodge. So the other Fampy's just like, all right, cool, we're just gonna sit there. Just throws a big old rock at it, hits it like square in the face, and it kind of like buckles down, and it takes a lot of damage. As the rock like hits the kind of defensive Fampy, it's like almost knocked out of its little defensive pose, and then it just sort of rolls up towards the Fampy that threw the rock and just slams it with its trunk.
This is awesome.
Very cool.
And it hits.
This is nature, guys.
And the slam also does like a decent amount of damage. Not nearly as much as the other guy, but still like holding his own. Just slams into him and knocks him off, kind of off balance. and then another boulder he just uses the momentum to scoop more boulder, throws it at the first one.
Bentley's just gonna sit down on the path, set the egg down in front of him with mortar, and just watch this. Just enraptured by it.
Yeah, so as the second boulder comes through, it hits the defensive vampy, who catches the boulder in its trunk and just slams it right back in.
Oh.
That's a crit. Woo! And lights out other vampy. The more defensive one just takes the boulder, whack, and just cracks it right across the side. You watch as this little tiny elephant is just like bruised and battered, and just staggers to its feet and just like sulks up.
Wow.
And then the stronger one lets out like a very proud trumpet.
Very cool. I don't even know how to approach this, so since I don't know how to do it, I'm
Obviously,
just
you
gonna walk up
high
to
five it.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk up to it and be like, "That was really cool, buddy."
He goes,
High five! Whack! Wow!
Put it in the ranking.
The other one.
Go heal.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna run after the one that is sauntering off in defeat
okay.
and give him some cactus juice.
Okay. It's probably like wary as you approach, because it's like I'm wounded and who are you?
Right.
Wait
for me!
Yeah, so go ahead and make a Pokemon handling check, just to make sure it doesn't like mistake you for a foe.
16.
Yeah, you're good. It allows you to approach, and it's like very dejected, and it kind of just plops down, and it's like, bro.
That was cool, buddy.
I'm
That
having
was
the
cool.
worst day.
I feel you.
My friend threw a rock at my head after I threw it at him.
I kind of started.
I
it.
started the fight. So yeah, if you give it some cactus juice, it will drink it.
Yeah.
And you watch as like some of the bruising kind of starts to fade away.
Okay.
It lets out a little trumpet and kind of like nudges into your leg.
CJ, are you gonna battle that Fanby?
I don't know if I'm gonna battle him. Let's see what happens when I give him one of these cookies and I reach into my backpack and I like put out a cookie for him.
He like
A cookie bribe.
puts his little trunk on it and is like, and then he just looks at you really confused.
Put it in his mouth.
Yeah, eat it. And I'm gonna, like put it towards his mouth.
He backs up and is like,
No.
that's like, I don't know
No.
what this is.
It's like the vacuum from
I'm
Teletubbies.
gonna pick it back up and I'm like gonna like touch his trunk and like try to put the cookie by his mouth.
This big like leathery tongue starts like slapping the bottom of your hand. And then the trunk hits your arm and it's like, and you're like, this is uncomfortable. And then eventually the tongue is like, and just takes the cookie in, and some of its like light bruises and cuts start to like mildly heal over.
Awesome.
It trumpets again, very proudly,
Very cool.
and then it begins searching your pockets for more cookie. It's like,
Well, don't do that.
You teaching it how to eat, CJ?
Yep.
Oh, all right.
I'm gonna teach him how to eat more because he clearly likes to eat like me.
Well, he's not very good at it, but yeah.
I don't know how he survived up to this point.
With me as his teacher, he'll be the fattest vampy of them all.
yeah, he's just like. He's like all over your arms and your hands. He's looking for like any amount of crumbs. He just becomes like a vacuum. He's like,
Cool, you're team vacuum. I'm a vacuum too. I like food. Cool. I'm gonna pull out a Pokeball
okay.
and just go like this.
What kind of Pokeball? Yeah,
Just a normal Pokeball.
normal. Cool.
Yep. Does he do anything when I pull it out?
He doesn't seem to know what it is.
Cool beans. I'm just gonna tap him on
You
the
pop him
head.
on the head.
Yep.
Go ahead and roll a D100. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Because he's like mildly wounded. He's not at like death's door, but
But he also ate a cookie.
yeah. Oh yeah. You tap the Pokeball.
26.
You tap the Pokeball to its head, and it just goes. And he's like, bro.
Sorry, I thought.
And he walks over to the Pokeball and was like.
The Teletubby.
He's like trying to like
Yeah,
crush it in his
Wait,
throat.
no.
He's like,
Try some-
No.
CJ,
Trying to pull it back from him.
you have to battle it. Remember Paris in the
Yeah, so
house?
the Pokeball that you've tried on him will not work again.
Okay, that one's gone.
On him.
On him. Okay, I can still use it on something else though.
Yeah, it's not. I'm not a monster. I'm not, like, there's no reason you couldn't just go pick it up and try again.
Remember how many of my Pokeballs failed?
Right. I'm gonna try again.
Cool.
I'm
Same.
gonna use a Great Ball this time.
Great ball. Cool.
CJ, battle it!
Nope.
Just shouting from the path.
20. You barely catch it.
Yeah! Great Ball!
God.
As you pull out the great ball and you're like, give me the Pokeball. And he goes,
Welcome to the team.
and he just sits there. And then all 3 of your Pokeballs begin to shake.
I actually don't have Crash and Pokeball.
No, 1, 2, and
Oh, that one. All of them are shaking?
all 3 start shaking.
That's interesting.
Which one do you touch? AKA, which one are you depositing?
Now I'm touching Growls.
Growl? Okay. Growl goes in the... He goes up into the big PC in the sky. Away it
He's
goes.
not dead.
The
My
Pokeball
friend.
goes up and just blinks out.
We're not
You're
sure.
like, what kind of technology is this?
We won't know until we get to the next town.
Yeah, so Growl disappears.
Okay.
And you now have a Phanpy that knows Defense, Curl, and Slam
I like
from
it.
this card.
I like it.
Certainly has an interesting battling style there, CJ. It's
Yeah, it's-
different from most of your Pokemon, more defensive.
Phoebe, do you do anything else with your Phanpy that you're helping out?
Yeah, I'd be like, hey, you wanna come with us?
He looks over to CJ, who now has like captured the
Yeah.
winner, and he's like,
No, you don't like him? Is it like your brother? So you're just a sworn enemy?
he kind of just like paws idly at the ground. Just,
It's
Your dad.
he's like,
Yeah. Okay.
It's your
bad. Just trying to find out. Buddy.
It understands English, we know that much.
So you'd rather go?
he just kind of like
Do your thing.
starts idly sulking.
Oh, you're just sad because you lost, huh?
But now the territory is his by default.
That's true.
He's actually the winner.
It's true.
It's like a hollow victory.
But it's
There's an asterisk next to that
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
book for sure.
Have him just walk with us for a bit and pet him.
well, that's why I just asked him. He doesn't. He's sulky.
Yeah, he seems like unwilling to be within like 30 feet of CJ, as long as he has the Pokemon, has the Phanpy in it.
Okay.
He's like,
That's fair. That's fair. He's sulking. He has damage to his ego.
Could send out Shirley. Play together for a moment.
Yeah.
With her
you have a
noodles.
trunk?
With her
She
noodles?
has noodles.
Noodles with the trunk.
Noodles be drunk.
Well, Phoebe, you could have Boysenberry tell Fanby about how good you are at healing Pokemon, since you kind of heal.
He's got like
Heal
some
him
first-hand
up.
experience with
It's
that.
true. It's true.
Maybe you could try and communicate with Fanby about how great you are. So. Doctor.
Like I'm selling a timeshare. Like you really want to come.
Yeah, basically.
Come to
Well,
I mean, I can. I'll ask Boysenberry for some backup, but I don't want to like pressure this.
Yeah, he Boysenberry, it seems like he's resonating with this Phanpy, where he's like, I too have lost a fight. He's like, dude, when I lost, I ended up in a cave, so there were worse places to be than like on the plains. He like kind of pats him on the back, and he does that thing that only Boysenberry can do, where he's like, bro, you'll come back from this, man. You'll come back stronger than ever. And the Phanpy's like, you know what, you're right. You're right, I will come back stronger. And the Phanpy kind of like walks off all proud. Yeah. And Boysenberry's just like slow clapping as he walks away. Boysenberry's like a personal trainer. He's a good
I like it.
It's like a life coach.
Yeah, he's like, you got this, man. But it probably just sounds like a series of weird like grunts and whistles from Boysenberry, not Blueberry.
Boysenberry, alright.
Well, I don't know what that was about, but that was pretty cool.
Yeah. It really
Boysenberry walks back up to you and he's like, bro.
high five.
Otherwise, CJ, you have a new friend. Woo! You got Phanpy.
Phanpy on the team. I like it. I'm gonna send him back out and see how he's doing physically.
He like health wise,
Yeah.
he's probably like 2/3.
Okay.
If he has like 20, he's probably like 12 or 13. He's doing okay.
Okay. Cool. I'm gonna tell Crash to say hi.
Yeah, Crash probably tries to bite him. He's like,
What up?
Was that
and
post?
Fampy like jumps back and it's like, bro.
Is
That's
it
post cookie.
Okay.
He took max damage from a what's it called? Rollout. Took max damage from rollout and was like, oh. And then after like half a cookie, he's doing okay.
Noise.
Post-workout.
Yeah, Crash probably tries to bite him and then like can't even get through like the thick leathery hide of Fampy.
Oh,
He's like
snap.
sinking his massive teeth in and it just like scrapes off the side of Fampy. He's like,
Wow.
Probably toots and then smacks in the head.
Toots.
bro, don't toot it!
Dude.
Not toots.
Oh, okay.
Dr.
okay.
Doom.
Which end?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotta clarify.
Yeah. But otherwise, you now have a Fampy. Fampy is able to keep pace with you if you leave him out.
Nice.
Because if he starts to fall behind, he kind of just like stampede runs behind, catches up.
Sweet.
He's kind of like he's like a happy spirit. He walks around. He's like smelling some dirt. He'll fall like way behind and be like, "Oh god!" And he like runs back up to catch up with you.
Cool.
Occasionally, like picks up sticks and stuff, bats them around for a little bit, throws them behind himself.
I like it.
So what are the surroundings like? Still just like grassland?
Still, you guys are still like pretty far out in the desert. It's probably at this point like 2 or 3 in the afternoon. If you guys set out at like 8 in the morning, so you're getting closer to savanna areas. But for now, it's still like it's really sparse grassland. Like there's some grass here and there, but on the whole, like it's mostly sand and dirt. But you guys are getting pretty close to where you encountered Shirley.
Oh, yeah.
Like in terms of distance to and from Alluvia or Xantha.
Okay.
You're about as far away as you were. But you guys, you've noticed like you keep seeing road signs, and you're getting closer to Alluvia faster than you got from Alluvia to Xantha because you're sticking to the path. And you guys are like, all right, cool, sweet. And now that you guys have kind of swelled your ranks, a lot of like weaker wild Pokemon that might be aggressive are like keeping their distance because there's more of you.
Yeah, don't mess with our team.
Yeah.
Stupid poke jerks.
Are there any trainers?
You guys have yet to see any trainers for like how much traffic there is on the road. You guys haven't seen anybody.
Does anybody
Coming
else
up to you.
think it's weird that we haven't run into any trainers? There's a lot of like tracks on the path, but we haven't seen anybody. It's kind of bizarre.
Hopefully it's not because there's a storm coming.
Well, now you're making me nervous, Mino. Why would you make me
Storm?
nervous?
Like one of those dust storms. Like when we came in.
Oh, yeah.
When you guys hid out in Pendleton's bunker.
Let's ask Pendleton. Pendleton, is a storm brewing? You're not. Sorry.
Do you wanna?
like you do Pendleton.
Do you want to make the check for Pendleton?
Sure.
It would be. I don't know if I let you guys have the nature skill, but it's be like a wisdom check.
Yeah,
We have it.
It's an
What's his wisdom?
yes.
Yeah, because
Intelligence.
Homeboy has
His intelligence is not good.
no, he has advantage on nature and survival checks. So
Okay.
each of those twice.
Cool.
Primero y...
Also save him.
No, it's bad.
Oh god.
An 8. He doesn't look concerned about like a storm, but he's picking up on the fact that like you probably should have seen somebody by now.
Oh.
But like it's weird that you haven't run into somebody on the path.
What do the cards say?
They're not.
Do a reading.
They're not tarot cards.
Do a reading.
Well,
It's
you definitely
Jack
good
of
on
Flames.
tarot cards.
All right. Do you want to pick a card? And
Yeah.
we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Roll a
Can I have boysenberry?
roll a d10.
Yeah, Boysenberry is probably like superstitious, so he's all about the cards. He's
Alright.
like, what do they say?
All right, boysenberry. No, 10.
Yeah, D10.
Oh,
Yeah, so yeah, Boysenberry's like all about
this
it.
one? No.
He looks to Milo as like a master of the mystic arts,
Yep.
and he's like, I could never fathom your power.
Pick a card,
I could never
boysenberry.
fathom your power.
Cocked. Re-roll it.
6.
Wow, it was meant to be. He pulls out I gotta reorder
The
these.
dust storm card.
It's the
Oh, God!
It's the Jack of Coal. It's got a picture of a Houndoom on it.
Oh, that's a Hound of Illum.
Oh.
I don't know what that means, but that's the card.
Does Milo say I don't know what that means, or does he lie to Boysenberry?
Neither of us have our hound.
My dear,
No,
you have the grit.
I said I don't know what that means.
He's mostly dead.
Neither of us have our hound doors anymore. That's weird.
Yeah.
No, they're both in the playpen in the sky.
I know. We don't have them with us.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Right.
And while that's happening, I'm going to take out one of my pebbles and I'm going to show it to Famby and be like, hey, wait. Don't swallow it with your nose. Just hold on to it and then try and shoot it.
And it just kind of falls out when the pressure drops. He's kind of like throwing it with his trunk.
I mean, I
He
feel like
bats it around a little bit. Starts
Whatever.
playing like kickball with it.
That's fine. You play with that for a while.
whatever you name it, I think we're all gonna call it Slurp.
Probably.
With the Jack of Coal being revealed, nobody really knows how to feel. But you get the impression that like if there was a storm somewhere, you guys would be able to see it. Like it would be visible. But as for why there's no one on the road, you're not really sure. But yeah, it's like really noticeable at this point. You guys have been on the road for like probably 8 hours, and you haven't seen another living soul since you left Santa.
What's going on?
And like even the fact that you've only seen like the 2 Fampies and probably like a couple scattered groups of like Geodudes, like it's weird.
Okay.
There's not a lot on the roads right now.
I'm gonna do a perception check.
Okay.
Just try to see why nothing has happened. 10.
Yeah, there's just nothing. Like there's nothing to give you.
There's not even
Any
a
kind of-
tumbleweed.
Yeah, like there's just nothing here. It's
No
just
sounds.
No, like it's eerily quiet where you
Okay, guys, something's going down.
Why don't we just fast travel out of here?
are. You can't fast travel when there's enemies here.
Oh, I mean like quickly. Go back to quickly traveling.
You guys just want to like,
Yeah.
just like guys. Do
Okay.
Let's cover more ground.
nothing.
But if something weird is out there,
You just run.
we get hit by it.
No, like
We could.
it's
Yeah.
almost like when like a huge storm is coming and everything is just dead
Still?
quiet and all the animals have
Yeah,
gone and
that's
like everybody
weird.
who knows it's coming
Yeah,
is
just
like
keep moving.
taking cover.
Alright.
Yeah, like
I'm
you don't
with
see
Milo. I think
like
we
there's no
should,
clouds or anything, but it's just dead.
I think we should set the pace maybe a little quicker, guys.
Okay.
It's pretty weird to me that we haven't seen anybody else,
Yeah.
and if there's nobody else on the road, there's probably a reason, so we should try and get out of here.
Yeah. Alright.
Okay. So you guys go back to beaten feet for a hasty retreat.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Do you guys leave your Pokemon out, or do you call everybody back just in case?
Well, can Boysenberry keep pace?
Yeah. Well, like Boysenberry can
Okay.
outpace you.
Okay.
Like
I'm gonna keep-
he'll run ahead of you and then turn back and like wait.
Okay. I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
let Boysenberry
Keep
stand.
Mortar sitting on the
Okay.
egg behind me. It's like a defensive mechanism in case something happens.
Slurp and Crash are doing their thing.
Sick. Yeah, they're like, yeah, Fampi will like throw rocks and sand at Crash to like agitate him,
Nice.
and then because he seems to be enjoying when Crash tries to bite him, and he's like, you can't, you just can't, you can't get it. Like every once in a while, Crash seems to get like a good grip, and then you watch as like Fampi's skin like solidifies over, and Crash's teeth like pop out and falls over, and he's just like, what is this? What is happening?
You have to be smarter than that, bro.
So you guys continue on for my notes. No other particular reason. Derby is in his vault. Derby is away.
Yeah.
Okay. Didn't mean to
It's
scare
just
you.
building forts over here.
I didn't mean to scare you, but Derby is not out.
No.
Okay. You guys pick up the pace a little bit as it starts to get darker. Who would like to make the perception check? And you can choose Pendleton if you'd like. He is on the team.
Let's have Pendleton do it.
Okay.
Because he has advantage, right?
He does. On all checks related to
Jackpot.
17 it is.
Pendleton, kind of stops everybody for a second. He does like the like hold up, and he puts a paw to the ground, and you can feel like you can't feel, but like you can see all the hair on his arm kind of like stick up like he's nervous,
Uh-oh.
and he kind of tenses, He tenses one claw around his big walking stick. And you guys kind of turn around behind you, and you see just this massive rolling like thundercloud. Just like way back in the distance behind you, but like starting to form. And it's like black clouds. And right as Pendleton puts his cloud to the ground, you finally hear the crack of like thunder behind you. And everybody kind of like tenses up and turns around. And it's like earth-shaking thunder as it just rolls through the ground. And like there's like a couple like sentrets in a nearby like patch of grass, and they just book it. They just run.
Is there anything nearby that we could maybe use for shelter, like any sort of hillside or
Not a tree.
Hobbit hole.
Yeah.
Probably not.
9.
If there is, you can't see it from the road. You guys could probably outpace it, but if you stopped to rest, it would be on top of you by the time you like.
All right, guys. I think we should maybe continue setting the pace. If that storm catches up, we're in a lot of trouble.
Yeah. If we find anything like a cliffside, even we can have like Derby, Boysenberry, and Vampy, and whoever like dig a cave out.
Right. That's what I was thinking.
Sounds like a solid plan.
Yeah.
So I'll just keep moving and
Cool.
Where are we in relation to mountains?
If you're heading south, there
Because I know that there was the one south of Xantha, and then we went over that and across the bridge, and now we're across the bridge.
Yeah, so you guys would be, the mountains would be behind you,
Okay.
and then there's the Amberite Sierras, which are the mountain range that you guys like grew up around, but those are south of Alluvia. So like you could probably see them out in the distance, just because the visibility out here is pretty
But
good.
there aren't any here.
No,
Okay.
but you guys can at this point see like the big Pokeball Tower of Alluvia. It's just really small, but like it's glowing bright orange and like shining gold.
That big glowing dong.
Yep.
For the dong!
Go! So yeah, you guys carry on. You just keep running.
yeah.
Yeah, just huffing it.
Yeah.
I'll send out Derby at this point so he can travel along, and if he like, I don't know if he can even do this, but he can sense any like nearby pockets that
He can definitely like look around for it.
Yeah.
He doesn't have like Trevor sense, but he can see underground.
Okay. Yeah.
Like he's able to like scout for you.
Yeah.
So yeah, if Derby comes out, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then probably like every minute or so, there's like another just rolling crack of thunder, and like the sky lights up behind you. And like it starts out as like normal lightning, and you're like, oh, like, that was pretty crazy. And then eventually it turns like dark purple and red, and it like starts striking into the like desert behind you guys, and you're like,
Whoa.
what's happening?
Whoa.
Yeah, what is happening?
Whoa.
Gonna need to find shelter pretty quickly here, guys.
Yeah. So if Derby wants to look around, he is welcome to do so.
Let him
I
dirt
don't know
around.
his perceiving stat.
Up right now. He has no
Doesn't
bonus.
matter.
Well, 19.
19. Yeah, so Derby just goes like, kind of dives underground, pops up like probably 100 yards away from you. He goes, and he's just like on all sides of you. He's just looking around as you guys keep walking.
Cool.
So if and when he finds something, he'll just be like, and get your attention with his no arms and tiny legs.
Alright, I'm gonna send out Evinrude.
Okay.
Evinrude, fly up high and see if there's any direction where you could find shelter.
Okay. Have Evinrude make a Constitution check when he flies up.
Flying up in the sky.
Oh god. Oh god. 3.
Yeah, he's struggling to like hold stable. Like even like when Evinrude sits still, like multiple Evinrudes start showing up, but he's unable to like hold still.
Is it just like
There's like
super
a-
windy?
Yeah, there's like a current of air flowing behind you. So as Evinrude flies up, he starts like blowing backwards, and he has to come back down to catch up to you. So like if he flies too high off the ground, like he starts to just blow away because he is like relatively small.
Can
in
he
comparison to
see
what's coming.
Longer distances than the rest of us?
Probably, yeah. Just because he's got so many more eyes than you.
So could I just do like a sight-based perception check ahead of us to see if he can see like a general direction where we could maybe find something?
Yeah.
Like a
Then you can-
boulder or something?
Is there other pebbles we can?
Is there any add-on to sight-based checks?
It's wisdom. And then
Okay.
Evinrude has an extra bonus to that on top of that.
A dirty 20.
Dirty 20? Sick. Yeah, so between Evinrude and Derby, you guys run for probably another like 30-ish minutes with all these like cracks of thunder and lightning behind you. And eventually Derby's like, yo, over here! And Evinrude just starts like circling him. And you guys see not like a mine shaft or anything. It's kind of similar to like the foxhole that you guys found Pendleton in.
Okay.
But it's just, it looks like natural, and then you guys realize that Derby kind of like shot up ahead of you and just started digging. He's like, and you see like a bunch of dirt flying out. You walk up there and Evinrude's just
Yes,
like, over here
Derby!
guys, over here.
Good work, team.
So it looks like Derby was unsuccessful, but was like, hey, what if we just went here?
Yep.
So he kind of just digs you out like this little, it's not comfortable, like you guys are gonna be like hunched over or sitting, but it's large enough for all of you to fit and then like a couple of your dudes to be out.
Okay. I'll definitely call him back after a job well done. So
Yeah,
that he
Derby.
gets-
I'll do the same with Evinrude.
Okay.
Is there anything that Slurp can do to improve?
Yeah, and as he as he walks in there, he just kind of like pats his little foots on the ground. He looks like he's testing the stability of the floor surface that you got going. And he does a similar thing that he did in his little battle, where he just like kind of stomps his feet, kind of plants himself down, and a lot of the loose sand like compacts into like a much harder surface.
Awesome.
And then he runs his trunk along like the roof, and it gets like almost a sheen to it.
Awesome.
So it looks like a lot more secure.
Cool beans. Nice job, dude. You pat him on the head, and then
whack.
the last pat, just suck him back in the ball.
Okay. He tries to like suction out the ball as he's going in.
That's fine.
He creates a double suction and a black hole for him.
We all die.
He suctions in the deatomizing laser.
That's
and
not
then all
how
of
I
a
thought
sudden
we would
it's
go
just-
at all.
He looks in and he goes, CJ, how will I go?
I don't feel so good.
He's gone.
So what exactly is this that they're building?
They're literally just building you like a den. It's like a literal just ramp into a hole in the ground.
Well, safe haven.
There is nothing currently over the top though. They are unable to build anything for that without like sealing you in with no air.
So my concern is if it's underground and this is like a rainstorm coming.
It
We could
looks
drown
like
ourselves.
crazy thunder and lightning
Like a heat storm.
and like a lot of dust.
Okay.
Doesn't look like rain per se, but definitely not a bad thought.
Raining
to have.
Well, guys, I'm kind of concerned that we might drown if there's a lot of rain coming with this storm and we're in this hole, but maybe Derby could dig like a drain if that happens.
Sure.
Just like a little hole that like would
He's-
siphon out the water, you know what I mean? Like send it somewhere else.
Digs like a little Play-Doh head.
Just literally just like a little hole in the bottom of the floor, just down.
Yeah, just like down and
a
out.
bigger hole.
Yeah.
Can't we,
Okay.
for like half of the opening, build like a sort of a dirt wall or
Yeah, I figured
rocks,
we close it
and then
up.
we can hide like on the other side, so there's air still getting in, but just like
Yeah, if you guys wanted to.
There's
You're
a wall.
basically in like just an actual just foxhole. This is what you're in now. Like you can make improvements to it, but that's what Derby was able to whip up. Where he's like, I think
Yeah.
this works for you guys. I don't know.
okay.
You're not subterranean creatures, but this might work.
Maybe Shirley could set some rocks. I don't know.
Crush us.
Well, not on top of us.
But like around the entrance,
Yeah.
it's possible.
Go, Shirley.
Oh god.
She goes.
Why?
Shirley appears.
I just felt like it was
Yeah,
appropriate.
Shirley appears, but it's not like a dramatic entrance.
It was super lame.
Shirley.
She appears, but is like
She's
at an
upside
awkward
down.
angle in the dirt, and is like just to like right herself.
Shirley, we need you to build like a wall, little fortress. Do you see the storm?
She like noodles up and pokes her head out of the hole. She goes
Yeah.
and like starts to build you like a dome igloo.
Cool.
over the top. So yeah, Shirley's like freaking out. Shirley's like, I remember these storms. I don't want to be here. And it's like,
Okay.
rocks. And she basically like, you have a foxhole now, and then there's like a dome on top, a little like igloo exit.
Okay.
And she leaves for you. Because she's like, well, we all need to breathe. So leave that there.
Thanks, Shirley.
Yeah.
Bentley's just gonna hunker down in a corner and like set the egg down and have Mortar sit next to the egg with him and like set his backpack behind and just try and take up as little space as possible, but like hunker down.
Yeah, let's, Mortar's been hanging out with your egg for a while. Let's get another roll.
I'll snap.
Flame body.
It just happened.
Flame body.
Whoa.
That was a cool roll.
15.
15, alright.
Cool roll, not a cool.
Yeah, nothing, there's no like big change in the egg. It's just, it's still doing its egg thing, moving around. You guys make your way into the little foxhole. Are there any other preparations you'd like to make before this storm is like on top of you? You've got probably 2 hours if we're being reasonable before you're like in the thick of it. And it's not safe to be outside.
I'm giving Shirley a noodle massage after all that hard work.
Okay.
And I'm doing the exact opposite with Crash. I'm putting him in a headlock.
He's trying to do like crazy boysenberry moves and like flick outside your arms, but he's a little alligator, so he's like, I can't get you. I just can't.
I'm gonna ask him if they want to go back in their balls because of what's about to happen.
Shirley's like, yeah,
Okay.
I don't want to be here.
Alright, I'm gonna call Shirley back.
Okay.
What about Boysenberry?
Boysenberry has no idea what's coming, so he's like, I don't care. Do you?
Do you want to go look at the whole Boysenberry? There's...
Yes. He kind of like posts up. He like sticks a leg very casually against it and just watches the storm come, and every once in a while like a big like shock wave of the thunder will come by and like he'll be like,
Alright.
he's just blinking and he watches the lightning and like lights up his face. He's like,
Boysenberry's an adrenaline junkie.
yeah, you naturally. You got him real good. Yeah, are there any other preparations you guys want to make?
Mortar, if you could maybe emulate what Fanpy's doing and try and pack down some of the sand, make this a more secure hovel, I guess.
Yeah, he can like heat up the dirt and stuff like at the front, almost make it like an adobe.
Is it starting to get like colder or hotter?
It's getting like really hot and really dry in the hole that you guys are in.
Oh, gross.
Like you almost feel like you're in like a kiln. Like you feel like you're cooking almost.
You should call Mortar back.
Yeah.
Alright.
But like there's just this hot breeze that's just blowing by and then like some of it's going just down into the hole.
Don't think it's from Mortar, but okay.
Yeah.
And I'll call Mortar back.
Yeah. The egg is loving it. The egg's having a great time in the heat.
And I'll just hunker up next to the egg with all my Pokemon back.
Cool.
I could have Nebster Vegas some ice cubes.
I'm chilling. Crash is like.
Anyone
talking to me.
interested? Oh, okay.
He's fine.
Alright.
So I'm like, whatever.
Yeah. Crash just very occasionally just like hacks up a mouthful of water on you. He's just like, ah!
Just throw it on you.
Yeah. It's what's the longest he's been in like weeks without having to try to produce water.
Oh.
So now he's just trying to do it every like 10 minutes.
Alright, that's fair.
Just nasty gut water.
Pendleton,
Gut water.
how long do you think we have before the storm hits, and then how long do they usually last?
He flicks out like a small pocket watch that he's got. He just goes, and you hear like a, and he points, and the hand is at like almost 5 o'clock, and he kind of like with his claw traces all the way around. He's like pointing at like 2 or 3 o'clock tomorrow.
Solid. This is gonna be fun, guys.
Like 24 hours or like
Just
5 p.m. to
about.
2 a.m.?
He points at you and he's like,
2 a.m. Okay.
yeah, he's like pointing around the horn, if you will. He's like, you've got like it's here. When it's here, we should be good. We should be good. And as for like when it's gonna be here, he's like,
No.
No.
Guess we're gonna get to know each other a little better. Does anybody want to take watch and maybe wake us up if the cave starts to fill with water or something terrible happens? I don't know.
Well, Boysenberry has vital spirit. He doesn't need to sleep.
that's true. Yeah, boysenberry.
Sounds like you're volunteering for first watch, baby.
Boysenberry.
Boysenberry is. We
Yeah,
can all
like-
sleep. He'll wake
Yeah,
us
like
up.
boysenberry can
Yeah.
do it because boysenberry is like one of the few Pokemon that can actually like scream at you if you need to wake up. It's legit. He's like, "Ah!"
Shake it.
I'm just gonna ask him real quick.
It's like a
Do
mini
you,
Hulk.
do you need anything before we sleep?
He's like, nah, I'm good.
Alright. You weirdo. Alright.
He's like kind of like shadow boxing out there, and then like the thunder will hit, and he's like, and then like the force will push him into the wall, and he's like,
Alright.
I'm gonna send out Violet as just a backup.
okay,
Because they,
For boysenberry?
yeah.
Okay.
So there's someone else, buddy system.
just in case.
It's Violet.
Buddy.
I don't think they met.
Yeah,
I don't
Violet.
think so either.
Violet kind of walks up and like claps all the fists together and does like a little bow, and boysenberry's like, so.
So yeah, you guys are gonna keep watch.
Yeah,
We're
they like bump fists and give you a nod. Like, we got this.
All right, Violet, I got your Pokeball right here if you need to sleep or whatever.
Or whatever.
Launches it.
Whatever it
That's
is you
okay.
do.
Yeah, she for like the first time in a long time actually like stops hovering and just like sits on the ground. And just like, cool. And then the thunder will hit. She's like, and she settles back down.
It's gonna happen a lot, Violet.
Yeah. So do the rest of you just go to sleep? Is there anything else you wanted to handle before you settle in for what is sure to be a long evening of thunder and lightning?
I'll just set out my lantern for now so we're not sitting in the complete darkness, I guess.
Cool. Okay. Does anybody, because I know those two appear to be just out. Phoebe and Mila like kind of post up on the corner and they just seem to be sleeping through like the thunder and lightning.
You given any thought to what you're gonna name Fambi?
Not serious thought, but I'm just gonna call him Slurp from now.
He does like to slurp.
For sure.
What are in those cookies? Do you have any idea?
I don't know. It apparently makes them feel better, though.
Oatmeal raisin.
They didn't taste very good when I ate one.
Yeah, I was just gonna say you ate
But I
one,
mean, I still ate them, so.
but you didn't feel better, right?
Nah.
Did you
Not
feel
really.
worse?
No, not really.
Iron stomach.
They were just kind of meh.
Iron stomach. It's very on brand for CJ. Alright, well, I'll probably just nod off and
Okay.
go to sleep.
Yeah, you nod off to sleep. Pendleton stays awake, but doesn't like make any noise or anything. He just occasionally like opens up a jar, eats some honey. Not the pickle jar. Not in this. He's like in a hot box seat with the pickles.
I'll wake up.
You guys are trying to sleep,
wakes
just
up because of the pickles.
It'll be horrible.
then you all run out into the storm. You're like, anything is better than the pickles. Anything.
Bring me death, but not the pickles.
Yeah. After a while, he just like pulls out some of the cactus thorns and just starts like placing them one at a time, just in the dirt, just in a line. Seems to be just a way he has of keeping time. Cool. But otherwise, like within 2 hours of those two falling asleep, it's like thunder, lightning, howling wind above you guys. It's like unbearably hot. Every once in a while, dust blows in, and you guys just get covered in sand. It's like a miserable night.
Yeah, I'm gonna wake up because of that. And could I call out Nubster?
In theory, you could.
I'll try and just press Nubster's Pokeball.
Yeah, nothing happens. If you just press it, like nothing happens.
Hey,
What
CJ,
was your thought there?
well, I'm very, very hot and sweaty and gross, and I don't feel very good. And I was wondering if I could have Nubster make me like a nice pillow and cool me down. But maybe Crash could spray some water on me at the very least.
I just pick up Crash and I throw him on top of you.
Crash is like,
Oh my
just tackles like right into you. You're like face to face. Like this is closer than you've ever been to Crash, and you're like every time he's this close, he bites something, and he's just like maws right in your eyes.
Hey, bud, can I get a spritz of water?
You just go, ah, and just water just gushes out all over your face.
Is that what you're looking for?
It's like it's cool.
Fewer
but
words, but yeah.
it's anything but refreshing. But it's cold.
Fair enough. Okay.
You're just like
use that to cool down.
now
sit in the corner.
you're cooled off, but now you're just muddy.
Lovely.
All the sand all over you is just like mud.
So is this room pretty packed as far as space goes?
There's like there's enough space that if you had to, like, you could call out most of your guys' teams, but it's not like you're not in a room like this big. You're probably in a room about the size of the table.
What do you want to do?
Could steal some of Milo's cards. Play cards. I don't know what we play. There's only 10 of them.
Yeah, how are we? I mean, I'm not opposed to that. You got an idea for a game?
Could play war with 10 cards.
Let's do it.
Okay. You guys try to grab the cards from Milo?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check.
Alright.
Because Milo is asleep.
I don't know what the add-on would be with the roll is 9.
9? Yeah, as you're reaching out, you hear like a particularly strong gust of wind. And then out of the corner of your eye, you see Boysenberry and Violet like both square up. Like they get their fists ready. So you like...
To me?
No, like as you're reaching out, you hear like a big howling wind. And then Boysenberry and Violet like turn to the outside of the little hole that you're in.
Is everything alright, guys?
They kind of like, they look like they're ready for a fight. And then you see like this small purple ball just like blow into the foxhole with you and just slam into the wall. And it's a very familiar sight to you. It's a ghastly. And it just slams into the wall and it looks like visibly dazed and just covered in dirt. And it's just like...
You alright, Ghastly? How'd you survive out there? Where'd you blow in from?
It vaguely gestures from like up there. And then I came in here.
I get that, but like Xantha, we hanging out. All right, well, I'm Bentley. This is CJ. They're asleep. It's nice to meet you. You can feel free to hang out in here. We're just trying to ride out the storm. You can hang in here if you want.
What's up, Ghost Boy?
It opens its mouth and like in this really eerie like inhale speaking, very broken English just goes like, "Hi."
What?
You can talk?
A bit.
Wow, this has just gotten a lot more creepy.
Pendleton, you ever seen anything like this?
Pendleton's like reaching for the stick and he goes, "No need, no fight, just shelter."
Yeah, well,
Sounds good.
you're fine in here. We've got plenty of space.
He kind of like nestles down to the ground like nervously, and the temperature in here drops like 20 degrees to like comfortable levels.
Snap.
Thanks for being our own personal air conditioner. That's quite nice of you, Ghastly.
Certainly.
Yeah, so... How long have you been able to talk?
I learned long ago.
How long ago?
Many years.
Well, that's as cool as is creepy. Never met a talking Pokemon before.
You just out here?
Few.
You just out here by yourself?
Now, yes.
Did you have friends?
I did.
What happened to them?
The storm blew us away. We could not resist
Resist what?
the wind.
Oh, well, I guess that makes sense, but yeah, it's a heck of a storm. You're lucky you found us.
I did not find you.
Just happened upon us.
More chance than anything else, but glad that you're here now, I guess.
Your home is lovely.
This is no home.
It's pretty great.
A couple of our Pokemon just kind of dug out a little hole for us, but yeah, we can maybe show you some nicer places later on, but yeah.
He looks at the two who are asleep and he goes, "How long ago did they pass?"
They're not dead. They're asleep.
I am sorry for your loss.
They're not dead.
They're not dead, Ghastly. They're asleep. But thanks for your kindness. They're still very much alive, just sleeping.
I'm gonna walk over and I'm gonna tap Milo on the face. Just literally.
He's like very close to Milo.
Oh my god!
It's alright, it's alright,
Okay,
it's alright.
It's fine.
I did not mean to scare him.
You're
My
fine.
apologies.
You're fine.
Yeah, there's a talking ghastly in here.
Yeah, he talks.
I did not mean to startle you.
I figured you would want to see this.
Forgive me.
It's pretty weird, right?
I mean, of all the things we've seen, it's up there, right? Like a scale from 1 to 10, at least a 9.5.
He lets out like this very eerie but trying to be friendly grin. He's like,
I'm gonna pinch myself very hard. I'm not convinced.
you pinch yourself like really hard, like you start bruising, and you're like, he's here.
I do it again because I still don't believe it.
Okay. Yeah, you now have like 2 pinch-sized bruises.
Yeah, he just blew in here and he talks. He said that he was with a bunch of friends and they were trying to ride the wind and his friends blew away and he blew here, I guess.
Yeah, they're like from when you went to sleep and it was all hot and muggy in here, it's now like comfortable. It's like it's almost like an AC's running.
I'm gonna check all my cards and make sure that they're still the same.
Yeah, they're all still the same. He looks down and goes,
Fellow master of the mystic arts.
Oh my god.
You heard of Milo. Show him some of your arts.
I would love to pull a card.
Oh man, this
Yeah.
would be red.
Let Ghastly pick a card. Come on.
Okay. And I shuffle them, and I'm still like waking up and so unsure what's happening.
you're pretty sure you're dreaming.
Oh, like I'm all the evidence is here, but I still don't believe it.
He vaguely gestures and is like,
I pick the 3rd card.
Okay, I'm just gonna roll for him and see what he gets. He got the 7 of flame.
Oh, what does it mean?
It means it was really hot in here before, and now it's not, and we're glad you're here. And this is Milo, and he's a little freaked out right now, so just maybe let him know that you don't mean us any harm
The
again.
fates are mysterious indeed.
How is Phoebe still sleeping?
It is a pleasure to meet
She's
you,
really soft.
young master. You may call me Remus.
Oh,
Remus?
nice to meet you, Remus. I have a question then.
Certainly.
Hey, Violet, can you come down here real quick?
Violet's like gently walking down, and Boysenberry's like rubbing his eyes. It's a talking bowling ball. Make a guess. What is this?
Remus, are you able to like communicate with Violet, like i.e. be a translator?
I could try. Hello, Violet. I am Remus.
And Violet's just like,
It's okay, Violet. Just tell them how it's been going since the storm started. Yeah, I know. I don't know.
and Violet makes like a series of like small chitters and like clicks, and Remus just goes,
Ah, fascinating. You do not understand her.
Not to the degree that you do.
She is a big fan of yours.
That's kind of nice, Milo.
Enjoyed your time together.
That's awesome. I'm very happy.
She says the storm has been alarming, but you give her comfort.
That is great news.
Do Crash next.
Crash has just been like jaw open the whole time.
Sure. And then as Crash kind of just is staring at this thing, I'm gonna walk over to Phoebe and like
Yeah.
sit down next to her.
Hey, Phoebe.
He gets down next to Crash and goes,
What are you
You
called?
have to wake up.
Crash goes, ah! He goes,
Crash. What a fascinating name. Hello. And who is this one?
Hi.
Hello.
Is it
What are you called?
Phoebe?
It is a pleasure to meet you. I am Remus.
It's a talking ghastly. It just blew in with the wind.
You just blew in?
Yeah, it just blew in.
I prefer the term communicative spirit,
Okay.
but Remus will do.
Alright, communicative spirit, you heard it. Hit. Her.
Oh my god.
You call this one Crash.
Yep.
That is not his given name.
Oh, that's what I was going to.
Really? What's his name?
What is your name, young one?
He goes, ah!
He says his name is Theodore.
What a dork.
But you call him Crash. He prefers this.
Yeah.
Before you found him, he was Theodore. Now he is Crash, heir of CJ.
Crash, were you somebody else's Pokemon?
He looks and goes,
He's like, I've been through some shit, man. I don't know.
he says,
Before he met you, there was another. It seems you have much to discuss.
Yeah, I guess. What the heck?
Remus, could you talk to our friend Pendleton? He's probably as old as you are.
Certainly. Hello, Pendleton. I am Remus.
and Pendleton's just like, uh-huh.
Yep.
Yeah. And he kind of like growls and makes a few sounds, and Remus just goes,
I see. I am sorry for your loss. It is good to have friends, however fleeting they can be.
and Pendleton's just like, uh-huh.
Yep, he's definitely our friend now. This is so awkward.
I did not mean you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know.
Since you have found strange friends, but good ones nonetheless.
I'm so mad in this moment, I know it, little buddy.
I was just gonna say.
Who is Little Buddy?
He's a friend of mine, another Pokemon, but I've been on a sort of mini journey to try to find a way for him to name himself.
He is in a capsule, yes.
Yes,
Do you have it with you?
I don't.
That is a shame.
It is.
Where is the capsule?
I don't have an exact answer for you.
That is strange.
It is.
He is your friend,
He is.
and you do not know where he is.
Well,
No.
yes and no. He'll be in a PC, which is,
I do not know the phrase PC.
well, it's essentially a place where Pokemon go if you have more than enough on your personal team.
I see.
So there is a way for Milo to get Little Buddy back, but maybe you could.
You are a collector of sorts.
I would say more of a trainer.
But you collect species to study and learn from.
Well, I personally am helping them develop abilities to deliver mail and spread joy in the world.
You are a postman
Yes.
of jolly composition.
Yes.
Fantastic. It is good to have honest work.
Did you have anybody you needed to deliver a message to?
No.
Remus, were you anybody's Pokemon before?
I have no idol masters.
Alright, good to know.
I am my own teacher.
This is
So you taught yourself to talk?
I observed your kind for many years.
Ooh, are you from Xantha?
What is Xantha?
Already asked him that, Phoebes. You were asleep.
No. I am from far away.
What's far away?
I am from far away.
I am from Rothed.
Rothed?
Far away city.
Rothed?
Rothed?
Close enough, I suppose.
Quick question. This is so weird. Is it normal for Ghastlies to go into people?
You speak of possession.
Uh-huh.
It is a dark and miserable art.
So it does happen?
I have never tried.
You never tried?
It is beneath me. I need not a vessel to be great.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, we only asked because in Xantha we found some Ghastlies that did just that in the town, and they possessed humans, and it was very scary, and we almost died.
I am no conjurer of cheap tricks. I shall not steal your souls, I assure you. You are safe with me.
All right, good to know. Seems like a nice fella.
Why do you live in the ground?
Well, as I said, it's not our permanent home. We're riding out the storm that again brought you to us.
Yes.
So when that ends, we're gonna continue on to Alluvia City, which is a giant city that has the big tower.
I am familiar.
Oh, you know Alluvia.
Quite well.
Really?
There is a young man there who communes with the spirits. He and I are good friends.
I think we know your friend.
Is his name Xavier?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, we know Xavier.
He is a very good man. He sees the world as it truly is.
Well, I think he might be a little bit in tune with conspiracy theories, but to each their own.
As I said, he sees the world as it truly is.
Interesting.
Well,
You are headed south on the road, yes?
Yes.
I have come from that direction. You will not find safe passage back to Alluvia if you stick to the road. I know another way.
Why? Isn't that
There is a group of your kind on the road. They seek to besiege travelers.
did they have big R's on their chests?
Yes. Some of them, yes. Most of them appear as ordinary travelers in danger, but they are all false.
Well,
Yes, I don't.
They are looking for a young man on the run.
do you know who they're looking for?
So where's
I
this?
do not.
So where's this other path?
If we were to head east, I know a route that will take you into Alluvia from another direction.
Yeah.
I am happy to guide you.
Yeah.
I have no other plans.
Does it lead to Mordor?
How did you come across a talking ghastly?
Very infrequently, it would seem.
Yeah.
All right, well, we really appreciate you giving the heads up. We were pretty concerned walking on the path here because we didn't find any other trainers, even though it seemed to be a pretty well-traveled route, and we were wondering why.
There is a security checkpoint set up on the road. It is not real. They are looking for someone.
The way we're gonna go right now.
If you were to continue down this road,
But if
you
we-
would encounter it, yes.
So if we go with you, we won't.
I can take you around it. I know the way.
I think we should take the deal,
All I
guys.
ask is you allow me to remain in this room with you until the winds calm.
Simple enough.
No, for
For
sure.
I cannot fly within them.
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
Perfectly ideal trade-off. We actually came into contact with the people that you're talking about on the road, and they're very, very bad people. Not like us. We're pretty nice in comparison, but
You are pure of heart.
oh, you can tell that just from looking at us. That's
I can see all that you are.
do CJ.
Really a good man.
Oh, all right. That's pretty
Your
nice.
heart is shrouded in mystery.
You know what you should
Mystery?
do? You should tell me more about how Crash was named Theodore.
I can only tell you what he will tell me.
Who named you Theodore, bro?
He is reluctant to disclose more information for fear of ridicule.
I know I called you a dork.
Straight up made fun of him. Oh God.
I know I called you dork, but Crash is clearly a better name. We can agree on that.
And he like tries to bite your leg.
Oh. You like the name Theodore?
He goes,
It was not his choice, but it was given.
Alright,
In
well,
the same way you name all of your friends.
fair enough. I apologize for calling you dork.
He was quite fond of the man with the coat before he met you.
Who's the man with the coat, dude?
They did not have a positive relationship. Theodore was an oddity for show. He is abnormal among his kind.
What? What do you... What? What was wrong with Theodore?
Crash just goes, ah! And he seems to be getting like visibly heated and upset and like stomping his feet and like jumping around. He goes,
I will refrain from translating his latest outburst. There are children present. I will not. But it would seem you and Crash have bonded well. He prefers his life with you.
Okay, well that's good to know at least. What the heck? I'm so confused.
So Remus, if you take us this different route around Team Rocket to get to Alluvia, how much longer do you think that would take than the path would?
I can take you through what your kind call the nature preserve. You will not be bothered on the way. It will be faster.
So I had that that was on the way to Wadalonga.
Yes, there is a way to reach that route from this one without going into the wilderness too far, and I will guide and protect you to the best of my ability.
Yep.
Deal.
Because do we think that the city then is safe?
Here's what I'm worried
Alluvia?
about.
Yeah.
Are we having a squad?
Sidebar. Yeah, I'm gonna like kind of come over to you and like pull
Oh,
you
please.
pretty close to me, and then be like, "Come here." Be like, "What if he's lying, and he's taking us to Team Rocket?" Just a thought.
I had that thought too, but like the other option is, regardless of if it is or not, this might be tied to what we wanted to investigate anyway, with like Ernie and him kidnapping Pokemon.
It's possible.
Because that might be where he's getting them from. So even if it is, we might be able to glean some more information as long as we're just really careful. Like my plan is to not have any of my Pokemon out.
Wait, where do you think Ernie's getting? You think he's working with Team Rocket?
I mean, they might be stealing some and he might be buying them. You know what I mean?
It's definitely possible.
Yeah, I guess that would make sense.
If they're here doing a makeshift security point, does that mean they're also in the city?
That's what I'm asking.
Probably.
That's
Remus, do you know if Team Rocket is also in Alluvia, or it's just between here and Alluvia on the path?
What you call Team Rocket, they are everywhere. They do have their spies in Alluvia. However, the security checkpoint they have set up is a farce. They are lightly manned, but well equipped.
How did you find out about this security checkpoint?
I passed it on my way out of the city before the storm blew me back.
So,
They didn't try to do anything to you?
They did not, for I am free. I am not tethered to
so
another.
my two things here is we could go through the nature preserve, but just I'd be sad to not go in the city again, but we could just loop that to Wadalonga because it's on the way anyway. But my other concern is depending on what exactly this nature preserve is, I don't want to be like trespassing on it because then we're in actual trouble.
Well, we don't have any reason not to believe Remus, and
If you're suspicious, you could be making insight checks on Remus.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
That's an option.
That's yeah.
For your dudes.
Yeah, I want to do that
You
for
can-
sure.
Yeah.
Who has the highest insight?
You guys can all do it
So
and see like how each of you feel about it. But
Okay.
I mean, based on the information that he told me about,
Bentley, it's kind of hard to get a read from this dude because Remus doesn't have body language, so he doesn't fidget or anything. He just sits like perfectly still. Gas kind of pours off him a little bit. His eyes stay very focused on whoever he's talking to. His voice doesn't quiver or anything. It's just weird. CJ, you're relatively certain that at least most of what he's telling you is his truth, so he doesn't think he's lying.
I stand
So-
my truth.
Like everything that Remus has told you, he believes.
Okay.
Phoebe, do you have your phone on you?
Yeah.
of course.
21 is the winning roll. Hey, hey!
What was
And Milo, what'd you get?
17.
Do you have your phone on you?
Yeah.
Cool.
What did you roll?
One freaking point.
And you guys can do with that what you want. But that is what the two of you pick up.
I'm just naive Bentley Woods, blown away at a Pokemon being able to talk and going against my better judgment, maybe.
I'm gonna turn to Crash since there's a moment.
Okay.
Be like, what happened to the guy in the coat?
Crash just goes, "Rah!" and jumps and like splashes and like a bunch of sand falls out. And then Crash goes like, "Rah!" and like plays dead on the floor. And then, and then he like opens one eye and like looks around, kind of gets himself up, dusts himself off. And then he like walks over and punches you in the leg.
What? Did he die? No? Okay.
What was that?
He goes,
2 words. Movie.
and Remus just goes,
They were separated after an accident. As far as Crash is aware, the man lives.
Crash, do you want to find this guy?
Crash goes,
If you found him, Crash would prefer to stay with you.
Okay. Well, that makes
He
me happy.
is happier at your side.
Good.
I feel like we kind of have a responsibility to let at least David and Alluvia know what's going on the path. And if Remus can take us around into
the officer.
Oh.
The one
A different-
that you guys interface with.
a different route into Alluvia, then we can let the authorities know and maybe we can help them get rid of Team Rocket. But I feel like we shouldn't just avoid Alluvia altogether. I feel like we need to let people know, and because if other trainers have not been, they're all getting trapped in that checkpoint.
Clearly, Bentley is like fully on board with Remus. Do you guys feel the same way?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, but I don't know if I. After all the shit that I've seen adults do, I don't know if I trust Officer Dave.
Okay, that's interesting.
Well, how about we make our way back to Alluvia, and if we find Xavier, who can talk to Remus, he could maybe show us around back alleys, back channels of Alluvia, and we could sneak around and try and get more information about their network in Alluvia and figure things out from there. I don't want to just go somewhere else and leave trainers to get caught by Team Rocket. That seems like a bad idea.
Yeah.
I agree with you that we should probably do something, but I don't know. Milo, do you think that's a good idea?
I wish it wasn't Alluvia and we could like get disguises, so to speak, even if we just got different clothes or like cut our hair.
You guys could probably do that.
The only
Really
people that
different
we really
Well-
knew there were David, Xavier, and Carlia. And
But we did that show.
The wrestling
CJ
show?
did.
for
Yeah.
how many people? 10 that maybe don't even live there?
He made some serious cash.
CJ
It was a
did.
pretty
CJ would have the biggest.
Yeah, so CJ, you would have
And
the
Crash.
toughest time.
So I like if we could, I don't know, take off your hoodie and cut your hair.
Like, yeah, like if CJ cleaned up, like, he could blend in, but would CJ clean
I
up?
think I should look like a rich boy.
Could give him Derby's hat.
maybe,
Amazing.
maybe, yeah.
CJ
Oh,
with
yeah.
Derby's hat.
Yeah.
If you give CJ Derby's hat and then we all go into Alluvia and maybe use Pokemon that we didn't have when we were first there?
Yeah.
I'm saying it, because of the wrestling show, if anyone should disguise themselves a little bit, it should be CJ.
Yeah.
Derby's hat?
What do you think?
I agree with you.
Give him Derby's hat.
I'm
back.
also just apprehensive to go in the city at all, but I also still don't trust Remus. So I'm honestly trusting you three right now, because I'm going to go with whatever you guys say.
Well, here's the thing. We were walking on the path and we all thought it was weird that we weren't seeing any other trainers. You saw how many tracks there were?
Clearly we know why now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's my point. It's like, why would we question whether or not there's something nefarious going on
So
if we
let's-
already have this other bit of information?
Let's find someone in the city, like broad daylight kind of deal. Like find a cop, tell them about it, see how things react, and go from there.
We can see how things react.
Like if they're like okay and they like start doing stuff or like looking into it and go after it, then we're like cool. But if they're like oh whatever and don't do anything about it, then we will leave.
New cop or Officer David?
New cop.
Cool.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm okay with that plan.
No.
You want to go to Alluvia,
Uh-huh.
tell a cop about the checkpoint, and if they do something about it, then what?
Then we'll like we're gonna play it by ear based on how they like react to the situation.
Okay.
Do you want to not go at all?
No, we can go. I want to go.
Honestly, kind of don't, but I'm with you guys.
I feel like you. I mean, at least I feel to a degree that we can't do nothing.
Yeah. No, I think we should go.
Okay. Okay. Let's do it.
Besides, I feel like if Remus was like trying to goad us into some kind of trap, I feel like that our Pokemon would have some sense of that. Like they would have freaked out at this point. You know what I mean?
I mean,
On a level of just
Can
being
Pendleton-
Pokemon.
I personally am freaking out right now.
Can the Pokemon that are out do insight checks? Like Pendleton and...
Pendleton, absolutely. The rest of your guys are just like
I mean, none of my Pokemon are out, so it would probably have to be
It can
Pendleton.
talk normal.
Do you want to roll an insight check from Pendleton?
But they can still
buddy.
communicate with him, right? Like
Yeah.
they still know.
Yeah, like all of your Pokemon so far are able to communicate with Remus.
Is this at advantage? Is that
For
say
Pendleton?
what their names
Yeah.
are. So
No,
use
he has
what's-
advantage
for
on
them.
wisdom and intelligence based on like
Oh.
natural occurrences.
What was the add on
Like if
this?
they name themselves,
Plus
what
one.
they did.
For insight,
That's why I feel like
wisdom.
Milo would be like.
Yeah, it's
They're gonna ask.
Because his bonus is different than the card.
Oh, okay. 10.
Pendleton just kind of looks at the two of you and is just like, yeah.
Alright, I mean, I feel like we have a lot to lose if he's telling us the truth and we just follow the path and meet up with Team Rocket,
Yeah.
who then steals our Pokemon.
Yes.
That's worst case scenario.
Yes.
If we go with the path that he's saying to like avoid this bullshit security clearance checkpoint thing, find our way to Alluvia, find people who we trust in Alluvia to dish that plan to, I feel like that's our responsibility in
Yes.
terms of letting people know that the path is dangerous and trainers should not be going
Yes.
Is it possible to send Derby to like where he said he found the checkpoint, just to like not go directly to it, but
Well,
to verify it's there?
not a good idea.
My plan right now is what I'm considering is having Derby because he knows where we came from, and that tower is huge. It's like, hey, go to Xantha, tell them about it. Like, give them this letter that's like, hey, this is a thing, heads up, and also help if you can, and then just go to the tower. Because then he can come back. To stop
Right,
people
but
coming from that
If he can go verify the checkpoint, we can see if Remus is telling us the truth.
I kind of like that plan.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas like we're just in the same situation, but help might come if you send a letter to Xantha.
I like the idea of the plan, but what happens if it's true and then they take Derby?
Well, he doesn't have to get. He just has to be able to see it. He doesn't have to be like
I was
in the
gonna
checkpoint.
Monty do it, just fly up.
I mean, you can't do that in the
Not
storm.
in the storm.
Yeah, but we're not gonna leave when
No,
the
we're waiting
storm's-
until we're done.
No, I mean like now, like
Yeah, Derby
Like-
can go underground
like-
now in that
I
direction.
mean, I guess if it's still the storm over where they're at,
They're
they
not
won't
gonna
have
be out
things set
either.
up. Maybe,
But you'd see a checkpoint, like an area. They'd have it like gated off.
yeah, it's possible.
I don't think it'd just be bodies.
I would rather wait till the storm's done before we do anything. Before I send anything out there on their own.
I mean, I can send boysenberry and hype Derby
Ooh,
the whole way.
falling behind in the hole.
Do
Yeah.
it, bro. You got it, bro. Keep going,
It's just
bro.
like holding onto him like this. Yeah, man, you're killing it.
I say we wait it out.
Okay. Yeah, if you guys have no other like pressing questions for Remus, you guys will eventually just like fall asleep and wake up in the wee hours of the morning. Because I was gonna say, otherwise the three of you sleep and you're staying up.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to sleep.
Okay.
Too much information is happening.
Mr. CJ, if I could get a Constitution check from you.
You vomit.
Yeah, you're good. Cool. You're right. It's a 50. It's fine. You do not suffer a point of exhaustion, but you are really tired.
It's fine.
You're like, bro, I'm so sleepy. But you are otherwise like physically capable of carrying it.
Too many things pump
Yeah.
around in my head.
Otherwise, yeah, the sun starts to rise, the wind eventually calms down, and the dust stops blowing. And Remus gently like floats himself towards the front of the little hovel and kind of looks out. And then just sort of like sits near the doorway and waits for you guys to come to and get all your stuff together.
Okay. Hey, Remus, how old are you?
I have not the slightest idea how long I have been on the planet,
Okay.
but it has been many days.
Many days old.
Yes,
All right.
I have seen
I'll put that down for
so
age.
many sunsets.
How many?
You like a good sunset, Remus?
I do. They are beautiful. There is something to be said when nature takes away the light, but gives it back. that is not always the case.
Right, 100% contrary to what I said 10 minutes ago. So now all my Pokemon.
Okay, so now your whole team.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna ask, how far away is this fake checkpoint that you're speaking of?
It is only a short distance from the gates to the city. We could reach it by early afternoon, I believe your kind calls it.
That would be a long wait for someone to go check and come back.
Yeah.
He's just like waiting for you guys to be ready to go.
I'm gonna send out Bang and Slurp.
Okay.
Be like, hey, Bangs.
Hey, Blaine.
Hey, Blang. Hey, Syrup.
Hey, Bush Blair.
Blang is syrup.
As Drew said, Team Onomatopoeia.
This is new boy. He's on the squad.
Newbie.
Bang like gets low and is like, "What is this thing?" And it just goes, just like right onto his forehead, and he's like,
I will take you as far as you want to go, but Alluvia is where I will stay for a time.
Okay.
Xavier and I have the most thrilling discussions when he is in town. I have missed him greatly.
Well, you're welcome for taking us there to see your friend.
Shall we head out?
Yes.
Do you require food to survive?
Yeah.
It's up in the air.
Generally speaking.
It's understood that we do.
Can you eat on the move?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fantastic. How fast can you travel?
Like this.
The one with the purple hair is interesting.
Factual.
I would agree. I mean, however fast as we can move, I guess we can let you.
I can travel as fast as light.
Yeah, we can't go that fast.
Can you travel?
Not that fast.
That might be a little on the quick side.
Just sound.
Just
Not
a
like-
little bit
Not
too
even that
quick.
fast, bro.
He's just
Way to go! Just suddenly like takes off.
Very well. I shall keep a reasonable pace. If we become separated, I shall wait on the path until you arrive.
Is this a path that we can see?
Yeah. How would we know where to go if you're in?
"Yeah, it's like a,
Oh,
it's
okay.
like an actual path.
Okay,
It's
cool.
like 10 feet wide of just trodden sand, and then there's like parched savanna and like
Okay.
wild desert. But like somebody has come through here and like flattened this.
The path that we are now trying to avoid.
Yeah, the path that you guys are currently on. He's like, once you guys get to where he's gonna take you off,
Yeah.
he'll like slow down.
Okay.
But like the way Ghastlies move, because they're not a huge fan of the sun, is
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they find like the shade of a tree and they just go
to the
into
next
it
one.
and then they appear in the shade of a tree.
Okay.
So like they just go.
Fair.
So that's what he's
Anyone-
saying. If he's like, if you lose me, just keep going, and if I can't see you, I'll just wait on the path.
Alright.
Because otherwise, like he can just sink into one of your shadows and like float that way. But
Oh, okay.
like in terms of him being a scout for
Yeah,
you, as he
okay.
said he would do, like that's what he's capable of doing. At least as long as it's like fully sunny outside, there's no clouds.
Yeah.
He's like side of the road under like a rock or like a small tree, and he's just like waiting. And then when he can see you, he'll like
Okay.
disappear again.
Alright. I'm comfortable letting him set the pace
Yeah.
and just following as we can.
Cool.
I'll
Yeah.
again send Mortar out and have him sit on the egg.
Sick. Yeah. So Mortar does so. He's just like
I'm gonna nudge Boysenberry and I'm like, have you ever seen anything like this?
it's like
I don't Alright.
it's like bro.
It's like I
No.
punch things. No.
I punch things. It's a bowling ball made of gas. If I punched him, nothing would happen. Bro. Boysenberry's been like looking to you like, you seeing this?
Yeah.
You seeing this thing? You see this?
This is weird.
He crazy. Yeah. But yeah, otherwise, with Ghastly's guidance, as you guys are walking, anytime there's like something on the path that could be a threat, he just like scares it. They run away. He's like he's like clearing the path for you. Like there's some Geodudes that are kind of like punching each other. You just go, and they all just run away. It's like, get out of here.
It's pretty sweet.
Piss off, ghost! they flee. But yeah, it's like probably 2 or 3 in the afternoon, unless you guys have anything you want to tackle on the road.
I don't think
So
so.
like you guys walk for a couple
I'm
hours.
just mentally processing.
Yeah, I feel like we're all just in the
Okay.
zone
Yeah.
trying to keep pace with Ghastly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he eventually Remus just sort of appears in the shadow of Bentley and goes,
I have brought you as far as we can go before we must leave the path.
Okay.
Are your shoes adequate for off-road travel?
Bentley switches on his hiking boots. Boom! Great
Knew
purchase.
this one was smart.
I mean, I got some rope I can wrap around my.
That will not be necessary or helpful, I believe.
Alright.
We shall travel through thick underbrush. Be mindful of snakes.
Call back all my Pokemon.
Yeah, I'm gonna call back Bang and Slurp.
actually he wouldn't say snakes, he would probably say like,
Be mindful of Ekans.
And I pull back all my Pokemon.
yeah, because he wouldn't say snakes. There's not just like rattlesnakes out there.
I'm gonna leave Boysenberry out.
There's like the
Boysenberry's
occasional
about
Ekans.
this.
He's gonna tackle.
Why'd you
Ekans.
say Ekans backwards?
I'm lit. Go.
So Bentley, feeling all jazzed up with his hiking boots, like ready to go do some off-path exploring, I'll send out Nipsey.
Okay.
Nipsey, we might be going through some thick underbrush. Thinking you could use your fury cutter to hack open a path.
She just goes. And Remus just goes,
That one scares even me.
I would agree. Yeah, pretty terrifying, but clearing the way.
It's not even speaking. It is just hissing at you. There are no words.
Yes, well,
It knows no language.
Anatomically-
Where did you find it? It is terrifying.
yeah, well, I think technically it's just a parasite living on a crab. I found it in an abandoned house, a courthouse actually. Xantha.
And that's where we got married.
That place sounds lovely, but if this creature is native to it, I wish never to see it.
Wouldn't know.
I have seen many things. This, by far, is the scariest.
Wow.
Dang.
Feel like we're chilling, guys. If Nipsey's the creepiest thing this Remus has ever seen, we should be alright.
Very well, follow me. I will lead you to the city.
Following the ghastly.
Yeah, I'll just stay in the path behind Nipsey as Nipsey fury cutters the brush out of the way.
Fury Cutter's just like, and it's just getting like progressively like larger waves of air just cutting through the underbrush, just sliding out because Nipsey can't miss grass because it's a grand.
It's pretty legit.
Yeah, so Nipsey's like carving you guys a path. You're not like that far off the road with Nipsey like carving the way when Remus just goes,
Everyone should get low for a moment. Something is coming.
Okay.
Okay.
Just duck into the underbrush.
The dirt, if you will.
Into the dirt?
Hit the
Oh,
dirt.
hit the dirt.
he kind of like floats down just into Bentley's shadow and you just see like 2 eyes.
Alright. I'm gonna jump down like
Gonna-
on top of Crash.
Hunker
Clear
down
through
into
the
the nearest
grass?
bush and pull Nipsey back.
Yeah, you guys can all hear from your low vantage points. You hear 2 individuals talking. The first is like a really gruff male voice. It just says, "Yeah, someone said the kids headed up this way a couple days ago, maybe a week. I don't know. Apparently the one they're looking for is with them." And then you hear a slightly more like lighthearted, almost like a younger voice, just be like, "Yeah, but like, how do you know they would come back? Like, why would they come back this way? If they were headed north, they could be anywhere. They could be as far as Fola by now." And he goes, "They're not going to Fola. All right? The boss knows where they're headed, and we're not letting them get away." At which point, Remus kind of appears in CJ's shadow, and he goes,
Keep Crash quiet. These are not friends.
and as you kind of peer up, you can see two men in full Team Rocket gear. Like the weird gray half shirts with the big red R on the chest. At which point, you hear like almost like a walkie-talkie blip. It goes like blip, and you hear a voice come through on the other side. It just says, "We got no sign of the kid down here so far. Anything on the road?" And the guy responds. He goes, "Nothing. Just dirt and grass so far." And you hear the voice through the walkie go, "He's out there somewhere. We'll find him." And then the two grunts just carry on up the road the way you guys were coming. And after like 3 or 4 minutes of silence, Remus goes,
They are gone. We may continue.
and he kind of like rematerializes out of your shadow.
It's odd. I don't think we should go to Alluvia. Just personal preference.
Who do you think they're looking for?
Yeah.
One of us.
Why do you think it's one of us, though?
I know it's one of us.
Are they looking for you?
Probably.
Why do you think that?
Maybe because Crash bit that dude's leg off?
That's a good point.
Crash has eaten a man's leg.
I don't think he ate it. He just bit it off.
It was just a knee,
Yeah.
not the whole leg.
Right.
If it matters.
He still
That
has.
is brutal,
Yeah.
even by my standards.
Yeah. We don't like
I
Team Rocket.
respect it.
Oh,
Team Rocket is full of lowlifes,
that's
and
fair.
as your kind call them, bags of dirt.
Scumbags.
Go for it.
Oh, so close.
11.
He means his words.
Okay.
But you guys carry on up the path with Nipsey going, just slicing through. You guys notice like Remus is staying as far away from Nipsey as he can. Because Nipsey just, anytime anyone's near or says anything, Nipsey just goes and just starts slashing the grass ahead of you. But after probably like 40 minutes of like arduous off-road travel, you guys do make it to like this big chain link fence. And Remus just floats up to it and goes,
Follow me.
and just passes through.
I'll,
Thanks,
Yes.
Remus.
I'll send
Come
out
along.
Derby for a spell.
What are you waiting for?
Derby, can you make us a little underpassage here?
Can Nipsey slash through the chain link fence?
Nipsey can try.
I would be concerned about Nipsey cutting the fence only because if they are like looking through here, they might see that cut through it and
Follow the tracks.
Remus. How do you Oh God. How do you suppose we get through the fence?
You cannot simply pass through it.
No, just tap it.
Derby, can you dig a little passage under for us? Just enough for us to crawl.
Derby just like and just digs you like a little trench, and over the course of like 2 minutes.
Go, 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 go!
Now.
Send Nipsey through.
Remus taps his imaginary foot, just waiting. He's just like,
Alright, I'll crawl under.
okay. You do so. It's easy enough.
Are there any signs on the fence?
What about
At least not in front of you.
what
It's
about
not like,
Bentley
electric, don't touch.
moving the egg through it?
You could probably like roll it.
Am I supposed to roll it?
The egg is like suspended in like gel, so it's like the
Okay.
gel like maintains heat. It's an insulator,
Okay.
so it keeps it going. So it's basically in like a big containment cell.
It's
I'll just go very slow and steady with the egg, just pushing it through the tunnel.
Boysenberry scales the fence.
One of those. Have Boysenberry make an athletics check.
Boysenberry doesn't scale the fence.
Oh.
9.
9? Yeah, Boysenberry, like from standing, excuse me, jeez, just leaps. And he gets like halfway up the fence and then just like throws himself over.
Nice.
And he like dismounts and Remus just goes,
Most impressive. This one is strong.
He can hype you up if you want.
I have never been.
You want to experience it?
I
He's a pro. Can you
do you
hype
have
up?
Boysenberry hype up?
Yeah.
Boysenberry just walks up nervously and is like, and Remus is just like,
I feel strangely empowered, like I could take on anyone.
I love it.
Just as quickly, it fades.
Good job, Boysenberry.
Boysenberry's like,
Yeah, I'm a ghost.
Milo, to your point earlier, could Derby fill in the...
Oh yeah, I'm gonna, when everyone's through.
I think everybody's through.
Derby just looks at you and goes, and it just closes.
Good job, Derby.
Like tips his
He goes,
hat with his non-existent hands.
I'm gonna pick up his hat and I'm gonna go catch it. I'm gonna just toss it like up in the air and have him go and have it land on his head.
Yeah. He, have him
Do a
make
check.
Make a dexterity check. Because I have a funny idea if you've
Come on, Derby!
So you throw the hat up, and it like goes on the other side of the fence. And you're like, oh, dang it. And Derby just goes, I got it. And then just goes, and he just brings it back over.
Has to close in another tunnel.
Yeah. He's like, man, we just did this.
We'll practice that.
Yeah.
Don't we have to disguise CJ with the hat?
I mean, we have a while until we get there, don't we?
Are we just like on like the periphery of the town?
You guys are basically like probably 3 or so miles away from Alluvia, but on a different route now. There's there's Route 104, and then there's Route 106 up to Fola,
Yeah.
and then there's Route 105 to Watalanga. So it's like a trifold thing going on.
So we're like off-road to the east, I guess it would be, of...
Yeah, you guys are currently on Route 106.
Oh.
So there's just like a big fence in between the two routes. And you can hear the sound of like rushing water. And Crash gets super excited. He's like,
So, Remus, is this the nature preserve? Is that what the fence is keeping in?
This is up. We must cross this route into another. Alternatively, I believe this route to be safe as well. If you would like to enter Alluvia from this direction, it should be possible.
What do you guys want to do? Go down the route?
I mean, I think our best bet is sticking with Remus, and he said he's not going to go anywhere but Alluvia, and if we can meet up with...
no, like he'll take you where you want to go. But when he gets you there, like when he fulfills his side of the deal, he's going over.
Yeah, that's what I mean, is like
Yeah.
he's gonna just piece it to Alluvia regardless. So I feel like the more time we can extend with him to try and figure out what the hell's going on and try and...
No, I meant like take the route into the city. Or are we going to take his out of the way path?
Either one.
I don't even want to go to the city, so I'm just gonna do whatever you guys choose to do.
I thought we were taking the out of the way path.
Yeah,
Already.
like
But he just
he's
said-
cutting you onto a route and then onto a route.
I feel like whatever Remus thinks is best, but I think we should go to Alluvia and try and warn people what's going on.
Alright. Let's stick with his path then.
Okay. Yeah, so he'll float you guys through 106 relatively quickly. It's just like some pretty temperate grasslands. You can hear the sound of the river, but he doesn't ever take you too close to it to keep you away from things. You do hear like a lot of rustling, like there's a lot of activity in the brushes around you, but nothing gets close to Remus or Nipsey. Like as Nipsey's cutting through, like things are scattering because they're like, it's a bug, but also a grab. Oh no!
Can I perceive what kind of Pokemon are in this area just for my records?
Sure.
17.
You see like a wide variety of grass types, like everything from like tiny little like just bulbs of Saurus.
Bulbs of Saurus.
I don't know, however you want to describe that.
I catch 2 Pokemon this episode.
You
think
see
you
those
do.
little bulbs, but
Offset
as Nipsey's carving through the
Alluvia
grass,
hatred.
like some of the wind starts to like carve close to them, and they get up and like, "Bah!" and they like storm off angrily, and Nipsey's like,
Whoa.
What were those?
bulbs of Saur.
There's a couple of them.
Yeah,
Let's go
but
after
they like.
I
them!
know, I'm kind of with you. I want to do that too.
And as you guys are kind of talking, Remus goes,
Not to be a wet blanket, but pursuing a fight will draw attention here.
Where are we currently? What route are we on currently?
you are currently on Route 106.
Okay.
Just remember it.
Yes.
That's why I wrote it down.
But you also see like there's like some big yellow cocoons hanging from some of the trees above you, and they just like float around, and they're like.
You like yourself a kakuna?
Then
I like a
Remus
coconut.
Remus looks at them a couple times, and Nipsey's like, and you're
God.
like, bro, and
Is Nipsey drawing any attention?
Nipsey is drawing attention, but just from like the surrounding wildlife, because Nipsey's like prey. Like, that's a bug, I'm gonna eat it. And Remus is like,
You have in your possession the devil. It speaks only in hisses and sometimes backwards. I cannot decipher it.
Are
I
there,
am truly terrified.
if there's a lot of grass types and bird types, I want to try to perceive if there are also bird types.
yeah, go ahead, make a look around.
13.
You see a talon flame.
You see like the
just
occasional Spearow. There's a couple like sleeping hoothoots. Nothing like too crazy. The Spearows occasionally like peck at some of the cocooners, and they're just like. But anytime Nipsey hisses, everything in like a 30-foot radius is like, bro, what?
Can I do a perception check to see what things Nipsey's scattering? Just do my own kind of perception check.
It's like the hoothoots that Mila's like, hey guys, look, hoothoots, and then it's like, and the hoothoots like, bro, no, piss off, no, I'm messing with you. So far Nipsey has scared away like Bulbasaurs and hoothoots, a couple Spearow. They're like one Spearow like looks down at Nipsey and is like, and then Nipsey goes, and he's like, nope, never mind, not worth it.
Oh my god.
That thing fights back. I'm not going in. No, thank you.
Good to know though.
Not a chance.
It's a pretty cool route.
Nipsey's.
Yeah. And then
Quite a lot of flora and fauna.
you guys do eventually see like a full-on actual path. And Remus kind of like disappears for a second and reappears on the other side of it and looks both ways and it's like,
Come quietly. There are none on the path currently. We should be fine.
We should come up with a code, Remus. I'll hoot twice like a hoot hoot. If the coast is clear? No?
Why would you do it if it's not clear? Because if it is clear, you go, it's clear.
Alright.
I understand the code.
Right, Milo.
Terrifying.
Where in proximity to us is this like rushing water that we have?
It is, so if you guys were to cross the road, it is like further ahead. So like you're heading towards it.
Okay.
Crash ready to go.
Yeah, like Crash is super excited. And he like just stomps across the path. He's like, "Rah!" And Remus is like,
Bro,
Never mind. He is excited for the water.
Yep.
He has screamed it several times.
Yep. That's what I figured.
Alright, I'm gonna swiftly cross the path, seeing that Crash went across with no issue.
okay, yeah, you do so. There's nothing too crazy going on.
Me too. Come on, Boysenberry.
Boysenberry's like,
Ding!
he like runs up and he like tumbles across the road and he like stays low. And then he's like,
Do a barrel roll.
The name's Barry. Boysenberry.
then he turns around and like tries to whistle. He's like, he's like, it's clear. Boysenberry's quickly becoming just
The noises that we're making as a team.
not great. It's great. It's fine.
It's so
But yeah, you guys make your way across the road, and you do eventually see like through the clearing this big, like really wide, rushing river. It's like almost whitewater coming down. And you and most specifically Crash do occasionally see like fish jumping up, like big red fish with like a crown or a fin.
Oh.
And Crash is just drooling. He's like, oh. And Remus looks at you and goes,
You would like to eat the fish.
Alright, Crash. I'm gonna say do it, but you gotta try to be sneaky about it.
immediately
It's white water. You don't want him getting washed
he just
away.
dives into the river, and you eventually just see like all kinds of thrashing about, and like one of the magic carps just gets thrown onto the like beach, and Crash just like storms out. He's like, and just takes a bite out of it, and then from behind it you see like this massive blue fin just arc over and go back under.
Oh boy.
And Crash is like covered in shadow, and he just looks back and he's like,
Yep.
let's keep going. And just runs back towards you with the cards. And you just see like two big whiskers and a massive blue tail like splash angrily into the water.
You guys wanna fight that?
Nope.
Remus just looks and goes,
That was closer than it needed to be.
So are we just gonna like stick to the river's edge and like
yeah,
come
Remus
back
is
to it?
keeping you like in between the path and the river,
Okay.
like in the brushes.
Yeah, okay.
Because it's pretty thick up there, like the grass is up to like your upper torsos. That
Okay.
Phoebe, you're tall enough, it's probably like mid-waist, but these guys are like,
see.
what's going on? And Bentley has to like reach out till he's like, what's going on, guys? What's happening?
Can I see or perceive other like water types that are in the river or like on the river's edge? Like if there are any Pokemon that are dispersing?
Yeah, there's a bunch of like big red crabs. And they're like
And a cloister.
clacking angrily.
Crab team.
Big crab.
I mean, if we didn't need to be quiet, I'd have a crab off.
My crab versus your crab.
My crab versus your crab. My crab is the better crab. It will crab off his crab.
Oh my god.
Definitely. Unless you guys stop to admire the view, Remus just keeps taking you down to another chain link fence on the other side of the road.
So, Remus, do you have any sort of plan for when we reach Alluvia and who we should talk to maybe alert people that there are bad people outside on the route?
Or who to avoid.
I am sure they are aware, but I would not trust the mayor as far as you could throw him.
Yeah, I've already.
Wouldn't be able to throw him very far. He was a rotund man.
That is precisely my point.
Good.
He has grown fat on the work of the poor.
Oh.
He is a figurehead.
He was right all along. Capitalism.
Toxic.
17.
He believes his words.
Okay.
So,
It's an opinion, but like for sure, he stands by it.
he
He probably wouldn't say it to his face, but he literally has no spine. So.
The mayor had the big phallic building
Yeah.
that was
Where
like
he
his
lives.
office and where he
Yeah.
lived. And then there was the like warehouse that Phoebe
That
lived
was
in.
inheritance shipping.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's lived in.
I didn't find anything.
Was there a third entity that
Yes.
was
Yes.
tied-
There's the
Bureau of Discovery.
Yeah.
That's his like personal security.
And they were weird.
And that was where we couldn't get in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
That's like no kids allowed.
We tried our
Yeah,
darndest.
Remus, do you know what happens at the Bureau of
Oh, yeah.
Discovery?
I have not been behind the walls, but few good things come of their work if you ask the wrong questions.
Oh.
Yeah, I was kind of talking crap to one of the guards, and he threatened to kick my butt, so that makes sense.
They are not above fighting children.
Didn't seem like it.
What does Xavier think of the Bureau of Discovery? Has he talked with you about that at all? When you
We have many lengthy discussions.
I'm sure we can ask Xavier and he'll talk to us for 3 hours about it.
Yeah,
That is certainly his style.
He does eventually lead you through and beneath the other gate with Derby's help. And Derby at this point just like goes underground for a second. You feel like a little quake, and it goes. And there's like little stairs down in the back of it.
Oh my goodness. My little architect.
Yeah, it takes him like a couple minutes, but he's like,
Love it.
and then he like shovels all the dirt to the sides, and then he's like, and he just appears on the other side.
swag. Thanks, Derby.
Yeah, should have
He
named him like
says,
Frank Lloyd Wright.
"Right, chaps, onward."
It is at this point that Remus says,
I know you have been excited about the wild Pokemon you have seen. I should warn you, the Alluvian police force heavily guards the Pokemon on this route.
Guards?
It is a nature preserve. Battle and capture are illegal. They will not hesitate to arrest you for either.
Is there a headquarters for the preserve?
There is, but it is closer to Waterlanga than Alluvia.
Perfect.
But there are ranger stations frequently along the route.
if you guys don't overtly antagonize anything, nothing really like stops you, but you see like an incredible amount of poliwags just walking around.
That's
like
cute.
Like a whole bunch.
That's
like
cute.
they waddle in line. There's like little cadres of them just walking.
They're so cute.
One of them like eventually just walks up to you and just goes and like spins this little spiral on his chest.
Ooh.
And it goes whack. And they walk away.
Hi.
You see like a small yellow duck. He looks like he has a terrible headache. He's just like and you can see about 10 feet away a boulder. It's like surrounded in this purple energy and it's like slowly levitating.
Neat.
And the duck just seems like it's in an incredible amount of pain.
It's the Psyduck
Oh.
that's like trying to move.
And then the rock just goes like
At least he's trying.
Bentley will just be like furiously taking notes on all the Pokemon that he
Yeah.
sees.
a yellow duck with a headache. What is it?
Yeah.
Remus will guide you guys stealthily along the path. At one point, he does have you like drop to the ground again, and you see this big like bipedal green frog with like one big curly hair on its head, and it's walking, and it's got like a whole bunch of pollywags in tow, and they just seem like transfixed by it. It's like,
Low and quiet. I am familiar with this creature.
and as it walks by, one of the pollywags like waddles out of line, and the polytoad just stops. And it turns around and picks it up, and just goes, and just launches it. And it, like, the polywag just slams into a tree and is like twitching idly. And then the polytoad stomps its foot and lets out this horrible, like, screeching shriek, and then it carries on walking. And the other polywags are just like, stay alive.
Not so cute now, huh, Tia? Just a murderous toad, my god. What's happening?
But yeah, after
my
a few
God.
moments, the ruthless toad warlord passes by,
for real.
and Remus is like,
It is safe enough to continue. We are almost there.
What's a toad's problem?
He is a bag of dirt.
When we come by later, we'll rally all the polywags to fight together and dethrone the polytoad.
He's a third.
I like it. Put a pin in it.
Greater in numbers!
Solidarity!
We can't help you, but good luck!
Handing out pamphlets to the pollywags.
Rise up!
You don't have to live under tyranny.
Rise up against the tyranny of the frog.
after another short jaunt, and it's probably like 6 o'clock at this point, you guys see like this big, like almost Jurassic Park style, like massive door that's got like a little control panel and then like a smaller door to like let you in to the city. And there's like a park ranger posted outside.
Uh-oh.
Just kind of tapping their foot, just like.
We're gonna have to go stealth mode, guys.
Why can't we just talk to the park ranger?
We're gonna have to get some chloroform.
Why?
Just get him. Yeah, like you guys haven't done anything
Yeah.
wrong. You could just.
Yeah, that's true.
Hi, Mr. Park Ranger.
What if he
Oh.
undercover?
Hi.
Hi. I have a question because I know we're not allowed to like battle or catch
Yeah.
anything in here.
Yeah, definitely don't do that.
Yeah, no.
I have to yell at you.
For sure. There was
I hate to use some strong language.
there was a polytoad. I don't know if you're familiar. He had like a
Very much so, yeah.
okay, but you guys don't care about that. That's just nature being a thing.
He's like, look, man, I just have a job to do. I don't agree with it, but as far as the higher ups are concerned, it's just nature taking its course.
Because I mean, he's being like worse to the
Ruthless.
polywags than any trainer would be.
Ruthless.
It's like, I agree with you. I'm not allowed to intervene.
Okay.
So, as Milo's having this conversation with the park ranger, Bentley will just like hang back with Remus. And,
Oh yeah, Remus is like your shadow right now.
yeah, so
Literally. He's
kind
in
of like stealthily, like,
Hey, Remus, do you think we should just go right through the fence, or should we try and find another way around? Do you think it would be safe just to go right through?
The guard will open the door. Your friend has made a good impression.
Alright, sounds good. Just wanted to make sure we can go right through.
Hey,
Cross through the fence is to flirt with death.
Whoa. As in, like, we go into Alluvia and we'll die?
As in, if you were to touch the fence, you would join me on the other side of life.
Noted. Electrified fence. Terrifying.
Anthony, would you mind letting us into the city?
Yeah, sure thing, guys. And he pulls out like a little key card and he hits in a couple buttons. It goes, and it goes, re-enter.
Real quick, do we want to come up with a little group name?
I mean, you were supposed to. So.
I know.
Oh.
like a stealth. We need to blend in.
No,
it's in
no,
like
Our crew.
akin to Spud Squad and Lance. Like, what do you guys call yourselves? If like the boys are back in town, but like, who are they? And also, Phoebe's here. So
Thin Lizzy.
Thin Lizzy. The Thin Lizzies. Amazing. So, like, what's your group name? What do you guys think?
All right, whatever. Scratch that. Group meeting. Are we ready to go in?
Nah. I really don't want to.
What if we gave you a disguise?
I don't
Yeah,
think that's gonna do it, but
I think it will.
if you guys insist that we go in, we can go in.
You could do voice.
I
Yeah.
can make you appear older if you would like.
Older?
Yes.
Like significantly older?
substantially so.
Yeah, let's do that.
Can
Oh.
you self-apart?
Yep.
Very well.
Oh, this would be
And he
cool.
licks you.
Oh no!
He does not. He does not lick you. He enters into your shadow and then just like folds under your feet. And then before you stands like this ancient dude with like a cane and everything.
Where
And you're
CJ
like,
once stood.
yeah, like you're all hunched over and stuff.
Is it like human form Remus?
Potentially.
That'd be cool.
But it's just like to you still have like your childlike stature, but everybody looking at you is like, bro.
Whoa,
Did it work?
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You look so old, CJ. So old, like 100 years of your day.
I sound different too.
What should we call you while we're in there?
Yeah, you get to pick a new name.
Maybe I should just be Remus.
Okay, that works.
Acceptable.
All right, Remus is on board. Sounds good.
They're gonna
Sounds
come up
good.
with some like kid's old man named like Merlin.
Just
Merlin.
remember, you are holding a cane in your right hand, but you cannot see it.
Oh.
God. Hopefully I remember that. Slowly than you normally would. Yes, sir.
What's Crash's reaction?
Crash is like,
It's okay, bud.
and he goes, ah! And he's like,
He has called you Theodore. And also a dork.
Amazing.
He is pleased with this revelation. Respect.
That was Dr. Phil. That was Dr.
I like the idea of this little kid trying to do a voice, and
It's just not
different
working at all.
every line.
Not working
Just
at all.
every line is different.
so at this point you like step out of the shadows and the park ranger's like, sir, do you need assistance getting in through the door? You've had a long journey, surely.
No, I'll be okay. I got my grandchildren with me.
All right.
Come on, Grandpa.
Yeah.
He'll be fine.
Hurry
It's just a little slow.
Enjoy your time in the city.
We will.
Thank you, Bob.
Wow.
Have a good day, Anthony.
He's like, thanks. You guys too. Enjoy your stay. So you guys walk in. He's like, oh. So he like closes the door behind you. You guys find yourselves back in Alluvia. Oh boy. You smell familiar smells of like a dank, musty city. There's a lot of like
Douchiness
There's
and
urine in every alley.
you guys have entered from like the poor side of town.
Oh,
There's a poor side of town?
Yeah. Like it's not all.
Shows
it's not
how
all
much we
Ritz and Glamour.
explored.
Yeah, it's not all Ritz and
We're allowed
Glamour. You
to
guys are in like
enter.
the slums, so to speak.
You know, kids, I grew up here.
Sure you did, Grandpa.
Just have him talk nonsense. Yeah, sure, Grandpa.
Where's your grandmother?
So as you guys enter the very poor side of Alluvia, known as the Stacks, that is where we will call it, with CJ/Remus waddling through the city, clamoring on about a wife that is
With CJ in disguise and a new friend at their sides, our heroes have successfully returned to Alluvia. What more will they discover in the Laris region's wealthiest city?
And hopefully by then I remember my old man's voice.
Or you'll be Dr. Phil again.
Yeah,
It'll be
that was great.
Oh god! That was dark respect.
Whatever the session is after this, we have to change the intro, so it's 3 kids and arenas. So